Hey everyone, this is Liz. I'm back on my channel and I'm here to read my book, The Light Within, Navigating the World of Energy and Consciousness. So, we're going to start with the silly stuff and then we're going to get to the meat of the matter. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for listening. What if you could remove perceived limitations such that you could live the life you truly want? What if you could craft thrilling and fulfilling life experiences? What if you could have health, abundance, love, personal power, work contentment, and fame? What if you're able to protect yourself from troublesome energies? What if you could access brilliant and creative energies and tap into the powerful minds of geniuses, living or dead? What if you're an intense magnet attracting everything you desire? Sounds goofy, I know, but wait for it. What if you could develop a beautiful high mindedness and acculturation in which you know your own beauty and could attract people, wealth, and goods? What if you could have the skills to offer the world new creativity and healing? What if you employed your personality to remote sense, to remote influence, and view places and situations? What if you healed your own soul and personality and those of your friends, family, and pets? Introduction. You and everything on the earth are made up of energy, vibration, and light. There is some science that supports this. Quantum physics suggests that humans are 0.0000001% physical matter and 99.9999999% energy, vibration, and light. Some have suggested that the actual atomic matter of every human on the planet could be condensed to the size of one sugar cube. This is ironic since we are so concerned with our physical bodies and our five senses in this material reality. Yet, we're mostly energy. Dr. Rupert Sheldrake performed experiments in suggesting that dogs know exactly when their owners are on their way home from work. A significant number of dogs reacted excitedly at that very moment. And the astronaut Edward Mitchell performed successful telepathic experiments with Dr. Joseph Rhine while aboard the Apollo 14. Dr. Rhine developed the Zener symbols, simple symbols on cards such as a square, a circle, and a cross. They were represented by numbers which Mitchell telepathically sent to Dr. Rhine. The results were significant, indicating a 1 in 3,000 possibility, which was a result of pure chance. This knowing, this communication occurs because of the continual vibrations and fluctuations in the alleged vacuum of space, or the field. I call it the ether now, but the field is in every part of space and is in continual contact with all of itself. Dr. Hal Puthoff, while a researcher at Stanford Research Institute, worked through some quantum calculations and developed, with other scientists before him, the concept of a zero-point field. This is another way to describe the Heisenberg uncertainty principle in which you can know the speed of a particle, but not its momentum, and vice versa. It describes atomic particles popping in and out of the vacuum of space. It's not a vacuum. Puthoff suggested that a particle is always a particle and does not shift into a waveform as quantum research postulates. The particle seems to go in and out of state simply because of its interaction with the background energy field, aka the zero-point field. These zero-point fluctuations might account for the spooky action at a distance that Einstein talks about, such that every part of the universe relates to every other part, and this is where you get your superposition. Oh, I just said it. And communication is instant. We refer to this as superposition and non-locality. Wait, Liz. Essentially, all particles are always in communication. So, folks, any thought you think about a person anywhere, at some level, they're hearing it. So, the work of Dr. David Bohm is relevant here. He was a student of Robert Oppenheimer, and he postulated that instead of an inert and empty vacuum of space, that space was filled with a plenum consisting of fluctuating matter and energy. Further, he posited that what we see as matter in physical reality is only a projection, a hologram, of what is really going on with energy and matter. This holographic projection of reality is observed and interpreted by our neurobiology, and he called this the explicit order. Bohm posited, sorry, I'm just first reading after a year of not reading. Be patient with me. Bohm posited that what was happening with base reality in the plenum, which he also called the implicate order, contains energy known as hidden variables. He further theorized that the universe behaves just as holograms do, that each piece of the cosmos carried the information for the rest of it. This suggests that everything is related to and in contact with everything else. This is likely also true of larger beings like us. We bump and bounce into each other and have a telepathic connection with all things. I might summarize Bohm's ideas like this. There is stuff we don't know about the true nature of reality. What we see with our neurons is not the base reality. Somehow, we are all connected, and it's good to ponder these ideas. And this work is supported by studies done by Dr. Fritz Albert Popp. He performed experiments in the 1980s and 90s showing that animals emit biophotons. The more evolved the animal, the fewer biophotons. Popp found that each strand of human DNA emits about 100 photons when split. He also found that Daphnia, the water flea, and young fish would vampirize weaker fry by stealing biophotons. So they would actually steal the energy from other eggs that were weaker and just steal their energy. It's like a energy vampirism. This work has been done with amphibian and fish eggs, resulting in the stronger eggs killing weaker ones. In addition, Popp and his team learned that various living beings suck photons from space around them and from each other. This phenomenon might function as an information exchange between living beings. It seems as if we are made of light. It is possible to connect with other beings such as people, animals, and plants. It is possible to connect with the Akashic records, planetary bodies, and anything you choose. It is possible to heal yourself and others and download creative and business ideas. It is possible to attract vitality, power, and more energy. You can curate your own biofield to such a lovely, magnetic, and high-minded state that you attract only good and beautiful things, people, and places into your life. In contrast, obscene, negative, low vibrational, false belief states attract challenging things and events. Now let's look at your wonderful life. Study the list below. I created it as the most straightforward way of crafting successful and enjoyable experiences. This book will introduce you to all of these topics so you can enjoy your time here on Earth more fully. Number 1, magnetize your personal aura and fill your physical body and field with source light and energy. 2, put energetic protection around yourself. 3, affirm good things about yourself, perhaps while looking in the mirror or by charging a glass of water. 4, watch your mental diet. Replace the negative with the positive. 5, visualize. Imagine what you want in your day and for the next week, month, year, and so on, be they material things, events, character and other virtues, or confidence and poise. 6, along the way, do your personal inner work. 7, each day do something in material reality that brings your goal closer. 8, love something, a pet, a person, the world, God. 9, live your goals in part to help others. 10, build up your mind, acculturate yourself, move from baser things to finer ones. 11, live your faith each day, whatever it is. 12, do something tough or scary, something you avoid daily. 13, exercise for 1 to 1.5 hours, 5 or 6 days a week as you're able, even if it's taking a long walk. 14, eat clean food and water as you see fit. 15, work to be more healthy, lucky, healthy, wealthy, whatever, brilliant, joyful. It's your responsibility. Actually, being cheerful is your responsibility. I have a gentle disclaimer here, and I forgot what I even said, but let's just say it. I haven't read this book in 2 years, guys. By following the techniques in this book, it's possible to build a life that is 97% amazing. While challenging at times, you will learn to manage the other 3% beautifully. Stoicism is an excellent philosophy to manage the 3%. This ancient Roman school of thought specializes in facing tough things in life head-on, giving you tools to think, well, why not me? After this initial acceptance, you go about finding the advantage in the situation while also being amused and curious about the challenge. This keeps you from being a victim. This is a great perspective for facing challenges. The Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius, played so memorably by Richard Harris at the beginning of Gladiator, was one of the major writers of Stoic philosophy, so you'll be standing on the shoulders of giants when you study Stoicism. If you need an introduction, Ryan Holiday, the author of The Daily Stoic, is an excellent resource to get you started. One more thing before we begin. If you find any of this too difficult emotionally, you likely have powerful triggers. If you're triggered, lose emotional control, or experiencing too much pain, may I suggest other work first? If you have a strong belief that you can't do this or that it's too hard, you need to do some personal inner work. We all have inner work to do, and we're all on different paths in different places. Hey, that was pretty good. Chapter 1, The Three Minds. Man is what he thinks about all day long. Ralph Waldo Emerson. There are three minds within you: the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, and the superconscious mind. Superconscious mind. The superconscious mind is your higher self, your connection to source, the source itself, the soul star, the spirit, the universe, your intuition, your psychic sense, perhaps a Holy Spirit part of you. It might be part of your God self or connection to God. It connects you to whom you talk to spiritually. This is also known to Viracocha among some of the shamans in South America. It is an electromagnetic energy ball above your head, and it is infinitely sourced. In other words, energy comes from source or from higher than you, your physical body. I consider and use this energetic ball as a golden light. Whatever your faith or spiritual base, know that this golden light is from source. The soul star is fed from the universal cosmic web of life and perhaps is part of the great field of energy that makes up intelligent infinity. Conscious mind. This is your personality and the logical mind, the part of you that talks, thinks, and decides. The conscious mind makes your to-do list. It comprises 2 to 3% of your total mind. It is the charioteer that decides what to do, and it should run the chariot, which I'll call the subconscious mind. More on this later. We as a charioteer with our conscious mind should run the chariot, but most of us don't because we don't know how to use the conscious mind to manage and care for the subconscious mind. We sometimes call this conscious mind the objective mind since it involves the five senses and receives evidence from material reality. The conscious mind reasons through observation, education, and experience. You guys, the conscious mind should be the gatekeeper for what we decide gets into the subconscious mind. Maybe I say that below, but we don't use our conscious minds properly. We give it so much credit when it should just be our admin. Okay, let's go. Subconscious mind. This is the emotional part of you. The subconscious mind can only receive input and it accepts information from the conscious mind, good or bad. If there's strong emotion attached to it, it has no choice. Your subconscious mind knows everything. It knows everything that ever happened to you, and it works best when asleep, dreaming, drowsy, or in a meditative state. One might say this is where your emotional heart is, and your heart just knows. Your subconscious mind sets up events and conditions in your life. Listen, your subconscious mind runs 98% of you. You're not a victim of outside circumstance. In fact, you create your reality. Now, your current life isn't your fault. No one sat down with little you to explain how it works. Odds are there wasn't anyone who could elucidate because your parents probably didn't know, nor did your teachers. And you're not broken. You don't need fixing. You are perfectly, beautifully you. If you'd like to change your life, however, you must work with your subconscious in a particular way so you can have and experience what you want. Your present reality is a result of your past thinking. Joseph Murphy wrote a fantastic book titled The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, in which he talks about the conscious mind like the gardener, planting thoughts in the subconscious mind all day. Your daily thinking plants seeds all the time in the subconscious. I hate her. I stink. I can't do anything. I can't run fast. He thinks I'm dumb. I don't have enough money. I'll never find love. My kids are no good. My boss doesn't want to give me a raise. I need to go to college to be worth anything. I can't type. I suck. Cancel, cancel. Your subconscious mind grows these seeds, whether they're positive or negative. Reading your thoughts like a biocomputer reads DNA and bringing these thoughts to physical reality in some way. It does not question you. To use another analogy, your subconscious might simply follow orders like a robot. It doesn't need to know the reason behind the orders, or for that matter, if the orders are even a good idea. It just obeys you. You may currently believe your life circumstances just happen to you willy-nilly, but after reading this book, you'll understand your life is created one thought at a time. You can begin crafting a more lovely life at any moment, the same way you created the current one. Consider the concept as within, so without, and understand that you can use it to your advantage because the subconscious mind is subject to the conscious mind. If you always say you can't afford something, your subconscious mind will make sure you can't. If you say you'll never find love, your subconscious will make it so that you never find love. It will arrange your life so no matter how hard you work in 3D reality, you will continue to lack funds or love for what you want and need in life. We can liken the three minds model to the image of an iceberg in the water also. The conscious mind is part of the iceberg we can see. The subconscious is the part under the water. The superconscious mind is everything else, the water, sky, and so on. Mental diet. It is vital that you begin to watch and manage your every thought. As you find yourself speaking negatively, say things like cancel, cancel, or cancel, clear, delete, or no, I don't accept that. I don't consent. That's not mine. I can't type becomes cancel. I don't accept. That's all good. I type just fine. This practice is at once easy and difficult, and you'll forget at first, but with judicious practice, you will keep negative thoughts at bay. It may take some work, but you can change your mind. Now, there are 1,000 books out there, folks, talking about law of attraction, law of affirmation, all this stuff. It's all out there. This is a lot of the same thing, but I wanted to give you a short treatise on how to frickin' do this. So here it is. Remember, any thoughts you think or say a lot enter your subconscious and stay there since it has no choice. It must accept it. What you think about yourself and others every day is written in your subconscious. Hence, you need to pay great attention to your mental diet. Again, don't beat yourself up, but just get started, okay? You may need to practice your inner dialogue quite a lot at first, but you will succeed with daily practice. You can also try sitting quietly for 10 minutes and asking, what hurts? And let whatever comes up for you be present with no judgment whatsoever. Alternatively, you can take everything that gives you feelings of guilt, shame, depression, or anger and put it all on a list. Next, I'll describe what to do with that list. Quantum rewiring, managing trauma. This is the subject of another book I plan to write. Actually, I'm writing it now. But I want to mention it here so you can use it to help you. I recrafted many energy healing techniques into a system I call quantum rewiring, which uses easy scripts to speak to the higher self and dissociated personality parts. Dissociated personality parts are aspects of you that felt hurt at some point and dove deep into the subconscious. And it's these parts that act up when you get triggered. When these parts get triggered, they can take over your normal, reasonable self and, as we say, act out. To assist with this healing, I use specific scripts to remove the emotional trigger of the painful memory, event, or trauma. If you want to try my method on your own, visit the link below and watch the video at the top titled blah, 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 blah. And also you can wait for the book to come out, but this is a great, easy way. Then as each trigger or painful or angry thought comes up, you say, higher self, do you see the feeling, thought, emotion I have? The one where I feel such and such? Please tag and treat this and do a massive change history and everything as needed. Please treat the parts and help them reintegrate to the personality. If you try this at home, you'll feel better. The process is interesting because for many, energy work like this comes easy. However, if you find you're stressed doing this at home, you'll benefit more from a session with me. The steps can't hurt you, and as I said earlier, it can offer the help you need if you're feeling jammed up with these processes. I also offer coaching to help you achieve your best life. Anyway, alternatively, there is help available. If you're triggered doing the work presented in this book, here's a list of things you can research. Talk therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy with a social worker or therapist. That's great, fun. A life or success coach. You can try out somatic experiencing. You can find videos on YouTube. Somatic breath work, again, on YouTube. Reiki and other energy work. You can try acupuncture, meditation, yoga, all of it. You can exercise and study nutrition. You can do neurolinguistic programming or art therapy. You can learn and have fun with divination tools such as tarot, pendulum, muscle testing. You can write out your own story or journal. You can try emotional freedom technique, also known as EFT or tapping. You can look into EMDR, which is eye movement desensitization. Oh my God. And reintegration with a therapist. It's just, remember EMDR, desensitization and reintegration, or reprocessing actually, and a therapist. Let's just do that over. EMDR stands for eye movement, desensitization, and reprocessing. Okay, more coffee, Liz. Or you could do earthing and get out in nature. Or you can do Dr. Bradley Nelson's emotion and body codes. Now I'm going to talk to you about something else, which you won't hear from other fluffy books, okay? The bad guys. There are entities in this world that don't have your best interest in mind. And I call these elements the powered elites, or the bad guys, or the power structure on the planet. These are the richest and most powerful entities on the planet. I do believe their energies are going away, but while their presence and behavior should not scare you or prevent you from being successful, it is good to be aware that these buggers might try to hinder you. How do they do this? In the physical realm, they tax income, push injurious laws, encourage unhealthy medications, foment division between people, encourage you to eat bad food, Restrict content on social media. In the metaphysical realm, meta means beyond, these entities use corporate logos and predictive programming in movies, TV, and mainstream news outlets to get you to think or feel in a certain way. It's propaganda. They quote unquote program citizens to feel anger, sadness, anxiety, or even get sick watching drug ads. And shockingly, these entities feed off those emotions. We call it looshing from Lucifer. At some level, this is amusing since we join this game of life to experience things and grow our souls. And so, on some level, we knew what we were getting into. Also amusing is that they're quickly disappearing. There's so much light on the planet that they can't stand it and are leaving the Earth plane, as I see it. However, trapped and injured animals can still be dangerous, and so the world out there can still bite. We can approach our work and development in it with amusement, curiosity, and success. And this is why I wrote this book. I call them ankle biters too. The systems. A mysterious something, mostly invisible until you become sovereign and powerful, doesn't want humans to own their own minds. As a result, when someone starts to think for themselves outside the norm, some serious physical, emotional, or financial blowback may inevitably follow. Vadim Zeland, in his excellent work Reality Transurfing, refers to these somethings as pendulums, but I'll use the word systems here and explain the phenomena. Every group with two or more members, be it an institution, organization, political party, country, religion, racial group, club, family, or even an idea, becomes a powerful thought form, also known as an egregore, and carries energy frequency patterns of its own. It is alive at some level by virtue of these dynamic interactions between all the minds involved. As the members of the group grow in number and the organization becomes more complex, the power of the system also grows as it takes and feeds on the energy of the members and begins to demand certain behaviors from them. This is true, folks. A friend once told me, if you make a god, you'll have to worship it or you'll be punished. That's true. The systems function like this. If the system in question is a senior aquasize club, it may not have that much power, right? However, an entire religion, country, or political party with more members and intensity does. Systems like this feed on participation paired with lower emotions and conflict. So when the members of a particular group leave or ignore the reinforcing chatter, the guilt, the shame, the anger, the bad guys who aren't us, narratives, and all the other noise that keeps the circus going, the system falls apart. As members self-police with increasing ruthlessness, the painful emotions created further feed that system. Systems of all sizes and complexities vie for members and for energy, so they fight each other. Political parties fight, and countries wage wars. Systems don't want to die, so they create new reasons for existing. Depending on how you become sovereign, a system can beat you up. So I have a story for you. The more you act up, shout, and cause a ruckus within a system, the more it takes notice and can punish you. We had a saying in the Army, to fight in the shade, right? I knew an Army chaplain years ago who was deployed to Afghanistan. He was, ironically, a peacenik and would preach on Sundays against war and the use of drones. And his message was shared with soldiers and Marines who had to go out on Monday and wage war and use drones. Afghanistan was, until the very end, a combat zone, and service members were shot at every day. To no one's surprise, the chaplain was scolded and shipped home. He clearly was not a good fit for the Army. Whether he was right about drones and war here is not the issue, but he chose to jump ugly into the belly of the Army beast, and the Army system beat him up. How can you advise warriors not to fight when fired upon? Now, he has a beautiful career in ministry now, actually working on moral injury concepts, but the Army gave him hell back then. So how do you beat the system? You can't destroy them single-handedly unless it's the Aquasize Club. And we have systems everywhere that we cannot avoid, such as corporations, banks, the medical industry, the IRS, national and local legal systems, etc. You need to learn to play within them using behavioral Aikido. When you want to leave a system and be sovereign, this must be played well. The system does not always let you leave without pain or even leave it at all. Faced with challenge from the system, you need to play it smooth or play it strange. So, play it smooth. Here's some examples. If your boss gives you a task and you know it's silly or wrong and you know how to do it better, don't tell them that right away to their face, you know? Say in a neutral and friendly tone something like, "Sure thing, let me take a look, thanks." Then later, approach your boss and kindly and neutrally suggest a few changes or a better person for the work. This way, you're not punching the system right in the face. You're doing it smoothly. My teacher, Alberto Violdo, told us we could jump in and fight in these situations for sport, but just to know that we were doing that. If the fight is with the family at Thanksgiving, you have a fighting chance. But I don't recommend this with an army, a corporation, or the government. It will win. I'm not suggesting caving into the system's wishes. I'm suggesting you play it smart. There may be some things you end up having to do anyway, but there may also be some smooth ways to play it to make it more of what you want. Or you could play it strange. Zealand describes a scene in which 10 or so bullies were harassing a man who was traveling alone. The man knew he could be killed, so he chose to act very strangely. He told the leader of the group he would rip off his ear. He rushed at the ringleader and tried to grab the ear. Our traveler yelled and jumped around like a crazy person, and his insane behavior caused the group to eventually back off, fearing for their own safety. Oh yeah, I did tell this story. I was wondering if I told this story. I forgot this book, guys. It doesn't suck. Okay, I have my own strange example. I was once in the Wingmen's Motorcycle Clubhouse in Fayetteville, North Carolina, on a night where they opened their club to guests. While not a one percenter club, in other words, an outlaw club, the wingmen come close. This group is intimidated by no one. I was there with a friend of mine who insisted we go. We were at the bar, and at one point, a man walked up to me, and they said you should show us they said, we think you should take off your top. They didn't say it that way. And I said, that ain't happening. And one guy goes, well, all the women here have, and if you do, it's free drinks for the rest of your life. Otherwise, you have to buy everyone in here a drink. So I was contemplating, why do you ever go back there for a free anything? And I had to think fast since I intended to remain fully dressed. So I looked at my friend. She just shrugged and said, I did it. I looked over at other women at the bar and yep, we all did it. I was stuck, man. So I pulled $60 out of my pocket and put it in the tip jar. And I said with a huge, well-meant smile, I just want to thank everyone here for being so welcoming to new guests at your clubhouse. Thanks so much. I feel very welcome. They seemed to sense the logic of it. They all went to a strip club up the street. Chapter 2, Baseline Work, As Within, So Without, Hermes Trismegistus. Let's begin with an exercise. So, folks, I don't put a ton of stories in here. I'm just giving you exercises. I'd like you to stand in front of a mirror and look at yourself. This provides an initial baseline. Give yourself 30 minutes and look at yourself. Clothes on. See yourself as others may see you. What do you present to the world? Ask yourself these questions. What kind of person do I project into the world? What do people see when they look at me? Is it different from how I see myself? Am I a villain or a hero? Do I project the image of a successful person? Do I show a happy personality, or am I gloomy, sad, and negative in appearance? Do I slouch when I sit or walk, or do I hold my posture as if I'm wearing a crown? Are my facial muscles drooping in a perpetual frown, or are my cheeks uplifted as though I'm about to smile? Do I project charm in my personality, or am I indifferent and aloof? Do I have a friendly, loving attitude toward others, or am I hostile and unfriendly? Do I project confidence or low self-esteem? Do I project a sense of relaxation or tension? Am I the type of person I would like to know and have as a close friend? Now you have your baseline to consider. This may not be fun. Many of my clients hate looking at themselves at the start, and this set of questions helps them identify their growing edges. I recall a few years ago when I was doing a yoga teacher training certification and we were required to wear snug clothes in front of a mirror. I did not like that. I did not like to see my muffin top peeking out over the pants. Yuck. But as it was a real accounting of who I was, and I began to accept what I saw, trimmed down, and fell in love with my meat suit. As you do this exercise, you will see that you can change anything you want about yourself. Have you ever noticed that odd feeling when a person stares at the back of your neck? You just know and you turn around. Where does that come from? It is because someone is poking into your field and you can feel it. This is exactly what we're talking about. You can design and craft your own field to be and feel exactly what you want. It can also let others know exactly what you want and who you are. How do you wish folks to sense you? Here's a neat trick. I teach a concept I call owning the room. You can intend to energetically be the most powerful person in any space. First, you do the work presented here in this book, and you set your biofield and intention to own the room before you get there. In this feeling space, you walk in with utmost confidence. Everyone looks at you when you walk in, and they're impressed and want to hear what you have to say. It works easily and well. I recommend that you set your energy to be half a step below that of your boss or military commander, since they'll sense this and will really annoy them. Exercise 2, your part in the movie. Think about and write down what part you'd like to play in this great movie called life. Do you want to be radiant, energetic, powerful, magnetic? How about brilliant, talented, successful, charming, and happy? You will begin to move from negative ways of thinking and beliefs to positive and vibrant ways of thinking. As like attracts like, and as within, so without, you'll create a more alluring and confident aura. You will attract people, events, and abundance that match your new biofield and your best self. In fact, your positive thoughts will create a fresh, beautiful timeline or parallel reality for you. What type of life do you want to create for your health, career, life, work, love, and home life? Get a notebook. Place these topics as headings and begin to think big. What do you want to accomplish this week, this month, the next 6 months, this year, the next 5 years? You can always change it, and writing it down begins the process of attraction. Set up something like this week: health, fitness, money, career, life, work, love, whether it be family, romance, friendship, country, God, home life, fun. This month, same categories. What do you want to accomplish this month? And over the time, I kind of teach like a backward planning, like 5 years from now, where do you want to be with your business or your love life or your health, your health and fitness, and then you backward plan. Well, what needs to happen this day? What needs to happen this month? What needs to happen this year? If 5 years from now, I want to be that. Now, at the same token, I'm going to encourage you to choose a really, really, really big goal that it's so scary you don't even know how you're going to do it. Because then, folks, we engage the subconscious mind. But more on that later. Exercise 3, daily mirror work. Now you'll begin to stand in front of the mirror in the morning and say the sentences below or something like them. Do this for 30 to 60 seconds. You can change the wording. Be sure that the words you choose are bright and positive. I'm the hero in my life. I have a beautiful destiny. I feel, think, and act as the person I'm meant to be, the person I wish to be. I'm a person who can have everything I desire. I present a happy, smiling face to the world and magnetize friends and loved ones in friendship and harmony. I help others and others help me. I present a prosperous and successful atmosphere around me. I think, look, talk, and act as though I'm already a great success. I build the magnetic qualities of happiness and optimism and radiate good cheer to everyone I meet. I walk tall with head held high, and I act with nobility, honor, and dignity. I am poised, confident, calm, and serene in every situation. I show strength of character and definiteness of purpose. I am joyful and happy, knowing that life offers me exciting new experiences and wonderful things. I am the luckiest person. Reality is rigged in my favor. Everything always works out for me, and everything always happens for me. Everything I touch turns to gold. Wonderful things are always happening in my life. I am the most beautiful or handsome person. I am the most brilliant person. I am filled with the consciousness of success and riches to attract money, goods, and abundance. I radiate thoughts of happiness and optimism today. My actions shall be positive and courageous. I overcome all tendencies to discouragement and negativity. I think thoughts of health, youth, and vitality, and I'm filled with a life force that can keep me healthy and young. I magnetize my life with qualities of peace, truth, love, and beauty, and these forces of attraction now work in my personality. I always have the best day ever. Happy surprises and miracles are always happening in my life. Every day, in every way, I'm getting better, better, and better. So why do I read all this? In reading this out loud to you, I'm actually invoking this or imbuing you with these qualities. So I intend that this book and the reading of it provides healing codes for you. So as you listen to these chapters, you will be helped to move toward higher ground. So congratulations. You are doing inner work and creating new neural pathways that will bring you much benefit. Life is beautiful and fun, and I invite you to jump in and enjoy it. Mindset Redux. Watching and curating your mental diet is imperative. This bears repeating. As you're able, and as you remember throughout the day, whenever you speak or think badly about yourself, catch and stop it. When you say negative things to or about yourself, you're basically casting a spell of continuance. What you think a lot about yourself and others must come into physical reality. So as you're able and as you begin to remember, turn those thoughts around. Thoughts are things, and they travel faster than the speed of light. What you think today is your reality timeline tomorrow, especially if you have an emotional response to your thoughts, like, I suck. Yeah, cancel, cancel. I'm getting better and better. I'll figure it out, right? I have a funny example from my own life. I never learned to type properly when I was in high school. I was part of a first year where women were allowed to take shop class. So, being a brat and a tomboy, I took all the automotive and woodworking classes and happily avoided the cooking, sewing, and typing ones. Ask me if I remember any of that. To me, learning to use a lathe was much cooler than sewing a shirt or typing a paper, so my typing is now rapid hunt and peck style. I currently type constantly, so I often flub at the keyboard and I'll say, God, I can't type. And guess what? I'm cursing myself to type poorly. And when I do that, so this is a light, easy example and a true one. So I just go, yeah, whatever. I'm getting better. Exercise 4, mindset work. When you're negative about yourself or others, say cancel, cancel, and replace the thought with a positive statement or say cancel, clear, delete. For example, I'm too old and wrinkly to find love. I have thought that. And then I go, oh, that's interesting. Cancel, cancel. I'm beautiful and wise at any age. People love me. Even if you don't believe your new phrase at first, you soon will. You will project this into your subconscious and your biofield, and people will sense it. My friend Joe once said, Hey, don't talk bad about my friend Liz, when I was annoyed with myself for spilling some coffee. I liked that. Exercise 5, the elimination list. Here's another exercise to remove some ill serving thoughts you're having about life and about your goals. 1, throughout the day, take note of thoughts that don't serve you, like the sort mentioned above. If some repeat often, jot them down. Or sit quietly for a few minutes with a journal and a writing instrument and ponder which thoughts bother you the most. 2, create a list of these bothersome thoughts. Write down all the loudest negative thoughts that limit you. I can't have that. I'm no good. Nobody loves me. I'm not strong enough. I'll never have the money. I'm just always sick. Cancel, cancel, and so on. It does not matter if you feel they're true in your reality. The point is, they're negative. The more negative thoughts you have during the day, the more negative your life will continue to be. I'd keep a few copies of this list. Now, listen, I'm telling you, your current reality is based and has been created from your past thoughts. So I find that my clients and in my professional and clinical experience, that if people can't make the jump to not continuing to describe their current reality, but I don't have money in my bank account, cancel, cancel, right? That's a result of your past thinking. You're not a victim of circumstances. Yeah, the world is shit. We described it in an earlier chapter, right? Parts of it are, and parts of it are glorious and wonderful. But we need to make that switch, folks, to understand that we need to create a future reality. And as we see glitches in the matrix or in our reality where, yeah, we start saying positive things, but we're not actually seeing the perfect results as yet, understand that reality is recrafting itself in your favor. And so you might get what Neville Goddard would describe as a bridge of incidents where, let's say you want someone talks about, I think it's Frances Scovel Shinn. She's a New Thought author from the early 1900s. She said she wanted a new set of dishes. And the next day, her neighbor brought her one plate and it was cracked, but she gave her a pretty plate. She knew her manifestation wasn't over, but she knew the universe was saying, here, it's coming, right? Or the universe is saying, do you want this one? Right? And you can say, oh, thank you, but no, I want the whole set of beautiful new dishes, right? Something like that. 3, now that you have the list, you can do a few things with it. You can declare to yourself that these are over and done with and burn them safely in a fire. You can do this outside, which is the most fun, or you can use smaller bits of paper, one thought at a time, to burn them using a candle indoors. Sometimes I like to light a candle inside or have a fire outdoors, and I'll fetch a small stick, sit thoughtfully for a moment, and breathe or blow any of my negative thoughts into the stick, right? So I'll just intend you're kind of getting it out of your field and breathing into the stick. Like I can't type into the stick, right? And then I'll burn them in the fire with the intention that the ill-serving thoughts and emotions dissolve into the flames. When I do this, I find that I load the stick with 4 to 5 thoughts. When I'm outdoors with a fire, I feel like I could fill it, quote unquote, with 4 or 5 negative thoughts. And then it seems full, but follow your own intuition. Also, by the way, inside, I use those little hibachi sticks. And again, always safely with a candle indoors. And you can put a little piece of written statement that's negative and burn it in the little flame. And be careful. Or you can just blow that negative thought into that hibachi stick and then burn it carefully. 4, you can also use your list to craft positive statements that will help unravel and dissolve those negative thoughts. If you want to do the fire thing, or you could do all of it. To do this, look at one limiting thought statement at a time and with intention, cross it out. Go to another page and write out 180-degree opposite statement. Use that as one of your positive affirmations here in this book. So, I'm always sick, cancel, cancel, becomes every day in every way I'm getting better and better. Or, my body is healthy, powerful, strong, fit, and gorgeous. Now that we have started with a few preliminaries, let's get to the golden circle. This is your personal quantum magnetic aura. While there are many ways to change, grow, and achieve what you want, this system is direct and easy. So I recommend the practice. So I tell my clients that we have physical bodies and we have more immaterial layers of energy and aura around us in different layers, and it's called different things in different systems. If people are not aware that they have an energy field too that they can navigate and manipulate and organize and curate, we're definitely hampered. And don't kid yourself. There are folks out there that are doing dark occult work, as I call it, to try to harm humanity and loosh our energy, our negative energies of guilt, shame, depression, right? Suicidality, stuff like that. They eat that energy. It feeds them. Believe me or not, it's true. So I recommend people begin to navigate their consciousness too, which is again why I wrote this book. So if you have not done any visionary or intuitive work, you'll find the following encouraging. First, your biofield can be and has been called various things, notably the luminous field, the aura, personal field, your field, magic circle, and I may use all of these terms. Also, when I guide you through visionary work, such as the exercises we will do below, know that you're truly doing work. You're doing energetic work, that something is happening. It's not simply a daydream. The work and the change are real. You are mostly energy, like I said, and things really are shifting, even if you can't tell with your first 5 senses right now. This is not simply daydreaming, as I said. Also, if you do not get good mental pictures when you close your eyes, don't worry. You will develop those skills, and your intention is satisfactory. For now, simply intend that these events are happening in your mind, and they are. You can also intend or ask that you see pictures and images in your mind more clearly, and you will begin to see more and more. It's almost if, folks, you talk to your subconscious finally and you say, if I could see, or if I could get some insight on this situation, what would it be? It's like learning to color in a coloring book. Psychic and intuitive and inner work, folks, is like kindergarten coloring. Once you understand it, it's very easy, even if you can't see pictures right now. And it's almost as if your subconscious is saying, oh, he's listening. Let's give him more. The guidance and steps I lay out for you here are also not prescriptive. So if you want to change the wording and steps, feel free to do so. You are sovereign, and so do what you want. Lastly, developing and trusting your intuition will go through a crawl, walk, and run phase. If you already have a spidey sense, great. If you have never trusted or relied on your intuition, begin by asking yourself, and I said this earlier, if I could see or if I could know, what would I hear, say, or be? Trust that and go with it. This is how we do it. Chapter 3, Beginning Energy Work. Every thought, action, decision, or feeling creates an eddy in the interlocking, interbalancing energy fields of life. In this interconnected universe, every improvement we make in our private world improves the world at large for everyone. David Hawkins. Exercise 6, your magnetic aura. Sit comfortably with your feet mostly on the floor and your back mostly straight. Breathe in to a count of 4. Hold the inhale for a count of 4. Exhale to a count of 4, and hold that exhale for a count of 4. Do this at least twice. Read these instructions a few times, or record them, or do them from memory. Count down from 3 to 1 gently and slowly. As you say 3, know and feel your body relaxing. Know you are safe and comfortable. As you say 2, know your mind is now relaxing. Any thoughts you're thinking merely float by, and you notice them like ticker tape flowing past your mental screen. As you say 1, know that you're utterly relaxed. Now count backward again from 10 to 1, relaxing even more. As you count, know that each time you do this, you are more quickly and thoroughly relaxed. This is the Jose Silva Alpha system, folks. Number 3, here's how you'd count from 10 to 1. 10, 9, deeper and more relaxed. 8, 7, even deeper. 6, more and more relaxed. 5, 4, more deeply relaxed than ever before. 3, 2, so calm and peaceful. 1, 4, in your mind's eye, create a beautiful golden ball about the size of a beach ball, hovering 8 inches above your head. Then imagine it filling with a golden light. Fill the ball to bursting. This golden energy is a plasma created by Source, and there is an infinite supply of it. Sometimes you, sometimes you see this plasma, excuse me, as little golden squiggles when looking at a blue sky on a sunny day. Not into the sun, of course. When you feel a tingling or warmth or heaviness on top of your head, you know that you've got it, but don't worry if you don't feel anything, since it will come with practice. Send this energy down into your head, then to your neck and shoulders, and down your arms all the way, and have it flow out of your hands. Imagine sending any energy you don't need, such as pain, illness, or negative energy from wherever, out of your body. Anything that is not you don't need, push it out. Continue sending the energy down into your chest and belly, then fill your pelvic bowl with it and send it down both legs, hips, thighs, knees, calves, shins, ankles, and feet. See the negative energy leaving from the bottom of your feet and toes. Sit for a minute and fill your entire body with this golden light as much as you feel you want. Remember, you're not creating it, Source is, and it's infinite. Imagine it pushing out anything that your body does not need: bugs, parasites, unwelcome energies, anything. Let this golden light fill your body with strength and vitality. 8. If it feels right, begin to imagine the golden energy as your skin and feel it sparkle. 9. Now concentrate your energy in your third chakra. That is the space just below your diaphragm in your belly. Imagining a golden energy ball filling this part of your body with pulsing vitality. The golden energy from before may still be flowing through your system, and you're now filling this section with extra golden light. 10. When this area feels very powerful and full, send this energy 6 feet outward all around. Do this gently or with force, however it feels right. Fill your biofield with this golden light and imagine it removing anything you don't need from your personal field. Build your golden magnetic aura and enjoy it for a few minutes. Now, you're creating something real, not just daydreaming. That said, however, your golden aura may dissipate over time or get cracked. Thought forms just do that. Rebuild your quantum energy or golden field once or twice each day with the intention that it lasts 24 hours. It will grow stronger over time and last longer. And if it's fun, you can place a golden crown on your head. If you have an illness or an area that hurts, use this golden energy to fill the area, imagining the area being healed and free of pain. Reiki masters and other energy healers use this source light in healing, and so can you. By the way, your magnetic aura does not have to be golden in color, so feel free to make it any spiritually cool color you like. When I say cool, I mean blue, green, or purple, per the color wheel. White or silver works too. If you've not done this sort of work before, go ahead and make it golden. A nice gold color feels cleanest to me, and it matches the golden sky squiggles from Source. I'm so weird. Exercise 7, grounding and running energy. This is important to explain, as I want you to know about one of the basic energy exercises available. You don't always need to do this, but it is helpful, and it's another way to manage your biofield. This exercise does many of the same things as exercise 6, the golden magic aura, right? But this focuses more on grounding into the earth and on energy flow in the body. Try both and enjoy. Number 1, sit comfortably with your feet on the floor and your back mostly straight. Breathe in to a count of 4, hold the inhale for a count of 4. Exhale to a count of 4, and hold the exhale for a count of 4. Do this at least twice. Read these instructions a few times, maybe record them or do them from memory, and then count down from 3 to 1 gently and slowly. As you say 3, know and feel your body relaxing. Know you are safe and comfortable. As you say 2, know your mind is now relaxing. Any thoughts you're thinking merely float by, and you notice them like ticker tape flowing past your mental screen. As you say 1, know that you're utterly relaxed. And then, again, count backward again from 10 to 1, relaxing even more. As you count, know that each time you do this, you are more quickly and thoroughly relaxed, and you are entering a more deeper and healthier level of mind. 10, 9, deeper and more relaxed. 8, 7, even deeper. 6, more and more relaxed. 5, 4, more deeply relaxed than ever before. 3, 2, so calm and peaceful. 1. Imagine the cosmic central sun, the center of the universe, if you can, or our own sun, sending down a white or golden light into the top of your head. Fill your brain with it and send this light down your spine. Imagine this cord of light moving down to the center of the earth. You may imagine it moving out of your body through the floor, cement, dirt, sand, water, oil, or anything you like, all the way down to the center of the earth. With your intention, lock it in place at the Earth's core and intend to turn it on so that anything that isn't you or that you don't need goes down that light tube into the Earth. Next, imagine a beautiful Earth energy coming up into your feet. Feel it flow through your ankles, calves, shins, knees, thighs, and pelvic bowl and down the light cord heading into the Earth. So you're creating a cycle from deep into the Earth, into your hips, and then back down into the Earth. This energy often feels heavier than energy from the sun. You can see if it has a color. Now, intend that in your pelvic bowl, the energies blend with a 90-10 mix of sun energy to earth energy. So the beautiful energy from the sun is 90%. The earth energy is 10%. You don't need a lot of that. Send this up the front of your body and out the top of your head. So you're sending that 90-10 mix upwards from in the front of your body. Let this energy flow out the outer edge of your aura or biofield. As the energy mix flows down, send it back up the center of your spine and your spinal cord area. So basically, you're making a donut or toroidal shape. So it's coming up and out of the top of your head, you're like the body's just center of a donut, and you're sending it out to the edges of your aura. Just intend that it's at the edge, and then it's going into the earth about a foot or so and coming back up your spine. This is flowing energy. If it resonates, you can imagine the flow entirely filling your body and field. Like a slow cooker, you can set it and forget it for about 24 hours or so. Check on it during the day. Once you do this a few times, you can just come up with keywords like shields up to get this in place quickly and easily. And you can also use your mental alchemy to just check it throughout the day if you think about it and say, do I sense any cracks in the lower left side of it or something? And just heal it. This is grounding and running energy. It's the first thing I was taught by the shamans. Exercise 8, chakra balancing. Now, people were asking for chakra balancing exercises, so I provided one. I kind of believe that I'm not so into the chakras. I would make them all golden in color personally, and I do, but I'm going to give you the standard because people still love doing chakra work. We can start this meditation the same way. Chakra is a Sanskrit word for wheel or circle, and these are energy wheels or spinning energy centers in the subtle body. There are 7 major chakras, and these govern major aspects in life. The goal of chakra work is to reach union with the divine. There is much information available about chakras, and I recommend you get a great book by Asana Swami. In brief, the base or root chakra refers to who you are. It is red and located at the base of the spine. It represents safety, security, basic needs, and survival. It's the 4 F's, folks. It's effing, feeding, fighting, and I forget the other word right now. It's your basic survival. The second is orange and reveals how you feel about yourself. It is located below the navel and above the pubic bone and refers to creativity, pleasure, passion, relationships, and sexuality. The third wheel, the solar plexus, is yellow, located below the diaphragm above the navel, and indicates how you think and act in life. This represents your self-esteem and self-confidence. The fourth, your heart chakra, reveals how you love yourself and others, and it presents as green. The fifth is known as the throat chakra and is how you express your true self, and it is blue. The sixth is the third eye chakra and is purple. This refers to insight, intuition, and wisdom. The seventh is the crown chakra at the crown of the head and represents enlightenment, spirituality, and divine truth. When these spinning wheels get out of balance, which happens in the normal course of our lives, we get unbalanced. We may be too materialistic, lack self-love, have low self-confidence, feel great fear, anxiety, or anger toward others, and we're unable to think clearly, and so on. Let's do a meditation I created for the chakras. So, folks, I'll remind you again, if you wish, you could make them all golden light. I do that now because I just have an idea about chakras that they might have been like overlays, simulated overlays that have been laid on our fields. That's the sense I'm getting now, but use the colors, use golden light as you wish. So again, I repeat myself, sit comfortably with your feet on the floor and your back mostly straight. Breathe in for a count of 4. Hold the inhale for a count of 4. Exhale to a count of 4 and hold the exhale for a count of 4. Do this at least twice. Read these instructions a few times and record them or do them from memory. Count down from 3 to 1 gently and slowly. As you say 3, know and feel your body relaxing. Know that you're safe and comfortable. As you say 2, know that your mind is now relaxing. Any thoughts that you're thinking merely float by and you notice them like ticker tape flowing past your mental screen. As you say 1, know that you're utterly relaxed. 4, Now count backward again from 10 to 1, relaxing even more. As you count, know that each time you do this, you are more quickly and thoroughly relaxed and a deeper, healthier level of mind. 5, 10, 9, deeper and more relaxed. 8, 7, even deeper. 6, more and more relaxed. 5, 4, more deeply relaxed than ever before. 3, 2, so calm and peaceful. 1, every time you do this, you'll be more easily relaxed. In your mind's eye, travel down to your root chakra at the base of your spine. What do you see? Do you see a red ball? Notice if it is spinning and in what direction. How red is it? It may be bright red or might be darker or somewhat discolored. Remember, if you don't have inner vision just yet, don't worry, you'll get there. If this is the case, just use your intention and get a sense of what is going on at the root chakra. Now I invite you to correct and improve the root chakra. Intend and make it bright red, your favorite, best red. And intend in your mind's eye that is to spin in just the right way. Some go counterclockwise, some go clockwise. Once it is beautifully red, enlarge that red color and fill your entire body with this gorgeous red color. Make it bold and red. Now push that red color out to fill your entire aura. Sense that this chakra is cleared, healed, and whole. Feel that it is releasing all memories and situations that no longer serve you. Now go ahead and let that chakra return to normal size at the base of the spine, perhaps the size of a softball. Let's move on now to the second sacral chakra, located a few inches below your navel. This is orange in color. Look, is it spinning? What kind of orange is it? Is it bright or dingy? Using your mental alchemy, make it vivid orange and encourage it to spin just the right way. Enjoy its bright spin for a moment. It's so healthy and vital. Now expand that wonderful orange to fill your entire body. Enjoy the surging feeling of creativity. In a moment, push that color to fill your biofield. Know that you're releasing energies and memories that are safe to release currently. Let it go back to its normal place. We will repeat all the following chakras in the same way. Move to the third solar plexus chakra. It is right below your diaphragm. See it spin and color. Make it your best yellow and perfect spin. When ready, push it out to fill the body. Push it out to fill your energy field, knowing it is now balanced. Memories and some painful events may be gone or dissolved, and then allow it to return to its place. Now move up to the heart chakra. See it. Make it the loveliest green you can imagine. Intend that it spin in a correct way. In a moment, push it out to the entire body. Then in a moment, fill your entire aura. Enjoy the sense of improved love and self-love, and then send it back to size. Now move to the throat chakra at the base of your throat. Study its color and spin. How is it doing? Create the most wonderful blue for it and send it spinning the right way. Expand it to fill your body, and when ready, fill the biofield with the blue color. Enjoy a renewed sense of self-expression and personal truth. Allow it to return to size at the throat. Next, see your third eye chakra between the eyebrows. After studying it, craft the finest purple you can imagine for it and improve the spin if necessary. Enjoy its expansion into your entire body and moments later, your entire field. Feel refreshed with enhanced intuition and healing of anything necessary. Last, move to the crown chakra, which can be violet or white in color. Check in on it for color and spin. When you see it as the correct color for you, let it fill your body, and when ready, let it fill your biofield. Enjoy a more powerful connection with the divine. Move it back to size. After enjoying this meditation and balancing, relax a moment. When ready, come back to the room and your eyes. And open your eyes. Chapter 4, Spiritual Protection. This is a badass chapter, guys. For with authority and power he commanded the unclean spirits, and they came out. Luke 4:36. One way to put your golden magic aura to work is as protection for you from nasty thoughts sent your way, bad feelings from others, and possible intrusive fields. Intrusive fields are energies that are not you and not yours, and these don't need to be in your space. I wouldn't worry about this too much. Someone wise once said that it's not spirits you need to worry about, it's the humans. Energy vampires are folks who don't make energy on their own, and they love to feed on yours. Your local vampires may be actual sociopaths, in which case they do it knowingly, but most of the time, these are weaker people who are too lazy or don't know how to make their own energy. These rascals can suck the life right out of a biofield and especially love being around magnetic people. Perpetual victims are these people. They just want your energy to take care of them, right? It's very manipulative, actually. If you have these people in your life or nasty people thinking or saying bad things about you, you can push them out of your field using the following techniques. You know when you're around vampires if you feel weak, tired, or annoyed in their presence. God, I hope I don't do this to people. I don't. Reduce contact if possible and build up and shield your energy if you must be near them. I have a personal rule. I don't take anyone's energy and they cannot have mine. Exercise 8. I forgot. I forgot about this. This is not bad. Managing awful people. 1. Do this as soon as you sense something is off about a person. You don't like them or they don't like you. Please do not let the situation get so far that you have many angry, frustrated, hurt, or anxious thoughts about someone. This is level 1 work. You can go to the next exercise if things are more troubling, but this is a first pass, an early sort of exercise for when you first notice something is off. 2. Sit quietly and comfortably, however you like to do it best. Practice the first steps alone while imagining the person in your mind's eye. 3. Imagine all the dark thoughts you have about this person, the things they said or did, what you did or said, or how you feel, and place them in a ball of golden light inside your field. You want to gather up all the thoughts in one place in this way. Now move this golden ball about 50 yards or meters from your space and mentally blow it up. You may need to do this a few times and repeat it for a few days. You want to get to the point where you have an empty space in your field where they are not. This is mindset work. You're not harming the person, you are removing their energy. A lot of times people want to get someone out of their life, a person that just doesn't need to be there, that kind of is doing a bunny in the pot type of behavior. So you can do this and you don't have to let them know about it. This is personal, private mindset work. 5. In a neutral emotional space, project kind and loving thoughts toward them. For example, thinking that you'd like to meet them. Say to them in your mind that you're so happy to meet them again. This is the case if you have to be around this person, right? You can also make it so that they just leave your life, right? 6. This is a hard one. If possible, do not project unkind or harsh thoughts toward them. Do not try this exercise if you cannot be neutral. 7. This gets you ready for when you do meet them face to face. And that's again if you have to meet them, someone you work with, etc., a family member. As you see them, look at the space between their eyebrows, their third eye, and smile. Do not look into their eyes as they can be defensive, but you can look at them directly by looking at their third eye. This is the thing. If you look at someone's eyes in your mind's eye, when you're private at home, you can sort of activate them or affect them, and they can get defensive. Their subconscious can. So look at their third eye. 8. You do not need to chat with them. You can simply give them a broad smile and pass them by. In other words, you can keep walking. You realize this person is not disturbing you. They will respond better in the future. You are not shaken in any degree. You are a cool customer. 9. I have found that this obnoxious person might become your best ally and will end up helping you a great deal, or they may end up leaving your life. 10. If you're not too emotional or triggered to do this, the situation has gone too far. I'm sorry. If you are too emotional or triggered to do this, the situation has gone too far and you may need to work on yourself with some of the therapies I mentioned earlier to become more emotionally neutral. You can also try the methods below. So if you just can't send them loving thoughts, this exercise is not for you and for them. It's gone too far, right? All right, next exercise. Exercise 9, protection, defense. For this exercise, create your golden biosphere and then intend that it pushes out everything you don't need and keeps it out of your space. This intention may be all you need, but you can add to it if you feel you need something stronger. For instance, imagine a liquid mirror reflecting anything that you don't need or that's not nice back to the sender. You would put this at the edge of your biofield. You can choose to send back the same level of energy sent to you. You may suggest it send back 4 to 10 times stronger than it came at you. All right, now I'm currently doing times 4 because I don't want, no one's allowed to come at me, right? So anything they send to me is reflected back times 4 to them. Your choice. Some of my clients prefer to make the edges of their field a disco ball with the tiny mirrors that reflect what they don't want. Alternatively, you might place giant roses all around the edge of your aura. You might choose one single rose or many. Some of my guy buddies have used swords or lions, and these can be any color you prefer, anything you want, but use positive symbols, right? Check your roses or your mirrors or your lions or your disco ball once or twice throughout the day and see if they need refreshing. Some of my clients report that their roses wither somewhat or their mirrors might look a bit cracked during the day. Use your intention and mental alchemy to refresh and repair what you see. This is kindergarten level protection, yet powerfully effective. Now let's go deeper. Additionally, you might place a brownish, dusty energy cloud outside the liquid mirror to conceal yourself. Intend that you're invisible, and you shall be. I wouldn't do this while driving. But you know how we see sandstorms in the Middle East or that military camo netting? You can put something like that around your field and make it dusty, brown, ugly. And then you can't be seen by people who want to send you naughty stuff. This is defensive, right? Where you're protecting yourself. Clients also enjoy surrounding themselves with sacred geometry. You could try placing yourself in a purple colored pyramid or even a purple or golden Merkaba. You can see a Merkaba below. It's basically two pyramids base to base shoved into each other and turn so that the corner of the bases point out the sides of the other pyramid. You can Google Merkaba if you want. You can place a giant Merkaba around your space. Intend that it is there, and it will be. Now, this is the cool one. Exercise 10, protection, offense. Do you sense something coming at you energetically when you have had enough? You might choose to go on the offense. After creating the golden ball above your head and filling your entire body, third chakra and biofield with it, and out into your field, sit with it for a moment. Next, move even more of that energy into your head and swirl it around counterclockwise until you feel this energetically. Next, place a shield of light right in front of your third eye between the eyebrows for protection. Picture this in any way you wish. Now, know that you can check out the negative energy and see what it is. To do so, send a strong beam of golden light from your third eye through the shield to the negative energy. Your energy will know where to find it. Just intend that it goes to the correct place. Is it her? Is it him? Is it the thing? Is it the job? Right? Is it the building? Next, visualize pulling on that cord of light so that whatever the negative energy is comes closer so you can see it, but it remains outside your field. This is not harmful unless you're nervous about it. If you choose to do this, be a baddie and just do it. I tend personally not to be curious, so I don't look, I don't care. I just take care of it. You have the option to do either or both. Now let's tackle the negative energy. On the other side of the shield, send a powerful blast of light to whatever it is as a warning. Then say inside your head or aloud, "Go away." If you feel it again the next day, send a more powerful blast on the other side of your shield, shouting mentally or verbally, "Go away." Now be louder. Sometimes we feel an ache in our head or solar plexus, which may be someone sending us something unpleasant. Again, sometimes this is a conscious act, but usually it's someone just thinking or saying bad things about you or feeling jealous. If you feel an ache somewhere, add extra golden light to that area of pain or discomfort and place a shield between you and the pain. Now, there's no need to be anxious about this. It's just energy, and people do stupid things. Keep your field strong, develop your intuition, have a good attitude, and you'll be fine. Go get them. Now, if you feel the need for something stronger, first use some of that golden source light to put up a shield for protection by doing the full exercise I described earlier. Now here's the 50 cal weapon. Send your powerful golden beam of light to whatever the energy is and surround it in a ball of golden light. Then gradually make the ball smaller and smaller and smaller until it's one photon. This is mental work in your mind's eye. And then have it disappear. You now have destroyed the energy, not the sender. Do this every day until you sense it's gone. Another idea is to surround that energy, move it far from your field and blow it up. I suggest you use this technique only if you're under serious attack, since this may cause blowback for you. If you believe in karma, there's probably karma. All right, let's continue. Chapter 5, charging your magnetic biofield. The world is a mirror, forever reflecting what you are doing within yourself. Neville Goddard. So far, you've thought a little about who and what you want to be, created a golden ball around yourself, and know how to protect yourself. Now let's charge your field. Exercise 11, powering up your magnetic field. Start with exercise 6 as previously described. Sit there with a golden body and begin to visualize pulling in attributes you wish to have. Pull in virtues and character, desires, dreams, and stuff. You can use the various excellent affirmations in this book or your own. I often just pull in words. Here's an example of my list. Love, joy, ecstasy, happiness, contentment, fulfillment, great riches, fun, abundance, great things happen every day, health, beauty, youthfulness, getting younger every day, brilliance. I'm the best, the greatest, successful in all things. Attract romantic love and wealth, fitness, getting better in every way and every day. Doing great fitness, yoga, dance, running 5 miles, ability to heal and counsel others, increasing super psychic intuitive abilities, the funniest person, say the right things the right way at the right time, magnetic, attractive, charismatic, amazing, travel, vacations, and experiences. These are some of mine. Just imagine qualities, material things, or events into your golden body. Fill it to the brim. Bathe in the good feeling there for a few minutes. Then you can pull some extra energy from your solar plexus, your third chakra. When you're ready, you can push the golden light out into your entire aura and fill it with all those desires and wishes. Modify this exercise in any way you like. Sometimes I don't fuss with the solar plexus and I just push the light and fill my personal field. This is incredibly powerful and the key exercise in this book. Do this every day for 30 minutes if you can. You can do it in front of the mirror and also charge your water this way. Simply hold a glass of water and tend all the great things you want into the water and drink it. You can add love, truth, beauty, integrity, strength, honor, brilliance, genius, importance, attraction, fame. You can add fun, love, abundance, money, riches, wealth, health, fitness, fun places to visit, fun vehicles to drive. You could add in people you want to meet or influence, people who could help you in your career. I also suggest that you begin to acculturate yourself. By this, I mean listen to good music like classical or jazz, read established authors, read biographies of great people, learn some poetry, feast your eyes on fine art. Good comedy that makes you laugh is wonderful too, yet this is often profane. If this resonates with you, avoid obscene and profane media, places, and events. Stuff happens and people get ugly, certainly, but you don't have to watch every dystopian movie. As a rule, move toward high mindedness, high standards, and good laughs. Like attracts like, and you attract what you are. Listen, I have some very profane habits. I hang out with people who are funny and rascally. I just intend that I stay high vibe and loving and try to keep my magnetic aura like strong and fun, right? Exercise 12, move it into your aura. Again, here are some affirmations for you to place in your field. Now, instead of being in front of the mirror, you can sit comfortably in the mornings and say these out loud or quietly to yourself. I get up early enough to make time, grab a warm cup of something to drink, maybe work out a little bit, and I do this myself. Feel free to change or add to this list, and there's great affirmations in the back of the book, and you can go get your own. Louise Hay is an affirmation master. So are many of the New Thought authors. There are about 100 of them. I am a hero in my life. I have a beautiful destiny. I feel, think, and act as the person I'm meant to be, the person I wish to be. I am a person who can have everything I desire. I present a happy, smiling face to the world and magnetize friends and loved ones in friendship and harmony. I help others and others help me. I present a prosperous and successful atmosphere around me. I think, look, talk, and act as though I'm already a great success. I build the magnetic qualities of happiness and optimism and radiate good cheer to everyone I meet. I walk tall with my head held high, and I act with nobility, honor, and dignity. I am poised, confident, calm, and serene in every situation. I show strength of character and definiteness of purpose. I am joyful and happy, knowing that life offers me exciting new experiences and wonderful things. I am the luckiest person. Reality is rigged in my favor. Everything always works out for me, and everything is always for me. Everything I touch turns to gold. Wonderful things are always happening in my life. I am the most beautiful or handsome person. I am the most brilliant person. I'm filled with the consciousness of success and riches to attract money, goods, and abundance. I radiate thoughts of happiness and optimism today. My actions are positive and courageous. I overcome all tendencies toward discouragement and negativity. I think thoughts of health, youth, and vitality, and I'm filled with a life force that keeps me healthy and strong. I magnetize my life with qualities of peace, truth, love, and beauty, and these forces of attraction now work in my personality. I always have the best day ever. I live the most amazing life. Every day, in every way, I'm getting better and better and better. Now I'm repeating these things to you. Again, I'm gifting you these coded affirmations so they can enter you. Hey, Chapter 7, Attract and Influence People. You can make more friends in 2 months by becoming interested in other people than you can in 2 years by trying to get other people interested in you. Dale Carnegie. You can use your magnetic biofield to attract people you want into your life. These may be romantic partners, people who can aid your career or business, and a fun tribe of friends. The techniques you've read about up till now already do that, but here we're focusing on attraction and influencing more directly. First, first, it is ideal that we work on ourselves. While we live in a time when people insist on being accepted as they are, this is usually a good thing. We can consider becoming even better people. I don't mean to bug you about yourself here, but these are good guides for your consideration. Bringing happiness into your life and your field is important to attract others. Life can be sketchy out there. I know, but find a stream of happiness for yourself. Is your garden doing well? Are you warm and dry each day in your home? Do you have some good friends? Can you love your pets or children? Do you have other people to love in your life? Can you make a decent meal for yourself? You may not have all you desire, but there's something, certainly, you can focus on being happy about. I know a fellow who had been so depressed he could hardly get out of bed each day. I encouraged him to keep trying and keep looking for something to enjoy. He told me at one point that he was successful in getting out of bed and frying himself an egg. He ate it on buttered toast before climbing back under the covers. He had mastered that skill and felt better. He eventually mastered one thing each day, and 2 years later, he now has a successful photography business. He was a soldier of mine, and he was so depressed he wouldn't leave his barracks room. Happiness is not everything, but it is a huge part of being attractive. This is the opposite of being an energy vampire. It means you have good energy in your field. People are attracted to that. Remember, you can set up your field so that while you're charismatic to others, no one can take your energy from you. They can grow their own. So as you become more magnetic, as I mentioned earlier, you'll have people sniffing around for your energy. And again, they may be seriously unconscious about it. And they want to tell you their very sad, terrible, very bad story. But you can set up your own protection so you can be your glorious self and not have people suck off you. They need to grow their own energy. Being as good a person as you can is also attractive. Invoking the virtues you appreciate into your field, such as integrity, truth, honesty, inner strength, and character. Notice I keep repeating these things, will help you be more alluring. Generosity is a great attribute to cultivate. When we're generous, we attract more generosity, and folks appreciate it. Being kind in this way helps us feel good. Kindness adds wonderful energy to the surrounding area, and people will be attracted to your light. I have known some dark magicians. While they have claimed to be happy with their lives, I do notice that over time they seem to lose source energy and they lose energy in general and become people I don't want to be with. They seem darker and darker to me and increasingly unable to look me in the eyes with their own clean light, since they have less and less of it. They seem to get more and more blowback, becoming poorer and sicker. This may not be true of all dark types, but I've noticed this trend among people I know. They suck your energy and feed off it. It is better to avoid these people and not be like them. I always encourage bringing an inner beauty and radiance into your field as well. We want to share our beautiful souls with others as well as see beauty in all things. It's not the outer skin that people find attractive, it's the inner soul's radiance that brings people in. Have faith that you are valuable and have a great destiny. Have faith that the Creator has your best interests in mind. Have faith that you can make money doing something you love, even if not right away. Have faith that you're loved and wanted. If you struggle in one of these areas of attractiveness, this may signal something for you to work on. For example, if you don't have the fitness you would like, your next bit of personal work may be learning about diets and body care. This is a spiritual endeavor. If you don't have a good self-concept, this may be an area for you to think about. Don't be too concerned. You have a whole life ahead of you, so pick something to work on and go for it. If you don't like other people or have a hard time relating, perhaps you can learn how to be with people, how to find people you trust and like. You can work on your stuff alone or with a counselor, coach, or friend. Along the way, you can add faith, kindness, and more into your field and ask Source to help you understand better. You're here anyway. You may as well be great. Love has so many levels to it, and this may be the most powerful and sacred emotion there is. People who naturally radiate love attract many good friends, wonderful events, and opportunities in life. We're not just speaking of romantic love or passion. We're speaking of love for parents, people, country, God, children, animals, the earth, partners. Let's talk about your voice. Have you noticed that you're attracted to more people who have mellifluous voices? Those who speak with whiny, shrill, or nasally voice drive people away. You may want to work with a voice coach or play the musical scale and find where your voice lands in your chest. This is the best timbre for your speaking voice. I once worked with a young female Army specialist. She was doing some work for me, and I gave her the task of emceeing an event and making announcements. Her voice was so shrill She was driving the soldiers out of the room, covering their ears. I pulled her aside and suggested she bring her voice down into her chest. And we practiced it until she was comfortable moving her voice around inside her body. She returned to give our mission information, and the whole room relaxed and paid attention. She was free to speak any way she liked, of course, at any time. But see, now she had the ability to move her voice so she sounded pleasant to the ear. It's attractive. If you've never thought about this before, you can ask someone you know how your voice sounds. You can improve the tones in your voice. You can use your voice as a blessing, and people respond to you well. Watch your tone. Exercise 15. Work with a musical friend or play a scale for yourself, singing or saying do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, right? Find where your voice sounds comfortable in your chest. My musical pal Sherry says to simply bring your voice down near your heart and you've got it. Now at least you have the skill if you want it. When you converse with someone, where you focus your eyes is always interesting. I've learned to look at someone right between the eyes or in their third eye. You can't look at them one eye at a time. That would look odd. If you look between their eyes, it's as if you were looking at both. Practice this. Occasionally you can glance away, but come back and look at the person with confidence this way and sit still. But more on this later. People skills. Another thing you could do is make people feel important. Ask them about themselves. Ask them about their interests. Ask follow-up questions. Don't just wait to say something yourself. As you listen to a person, are you thinking about what you want to say next? Are you actively listening? I still work on this since I'm so verbal. Unless you know the person well, I would not tease or criticize them. There's a whole culture of teasing in the world, and our sitcoms are funny. But to relate with someone well, be kind. Every word out of your mouth is a blessing or a curse. So you may as well bless. If you speak blessings, blessing will return to you. If you want to live in snarky world, you'll meet and match with snarky friends, right? To be truly interested in people, be truly interested in people. If you're not, this can be some personal work for you. Figure out how to like people. I believe it is useful to introduce yourself confidently and with poise to others who may be too shy to approach you. Try to recall names well, too. I'm still working on this. Also, do not boast and brag. It's better to have others say sweet things about you, not you. It's always more impressive that way. Another lost art is thank you letters, whether it be an email or a real snail mail letter. Saying thank you does wonders for people. I have to remind myself to do this. As I write this, I'm thinking of my grumpy and jaded friends who don't care for people and don't want to be nice. I get it. Don't do what you don't want to do. I'm not speaking here of someone not worth your time. I'm speaking here of how to be with folks you find worthwhile. These skills are good to have and to pull out of your pocket. Most topics I bring up here in this book are actually year-long studies in themselves. This book is a guide to lay out ingredients for a successful life so you can go rock with your bad self in any way you choose. Boundaries are hugely important also. It's ideal to know where you begin and where others end. It's good to know what's yours and your business and what's not. It's beneficial to understand what you can change and what you cannot. If you find yourself giving your energy and time away so you're drained and resentful each day, or you find yourself bossy and controlling over others, you may want to study the concept of boundaries with people. Boundaries are a huge subject worth a great deal of study. Don Miguel Ruiz wrote The Four Agreements, and I highly recommend this work. If you do the practices in that book, you'll be sure to have great boundaries, protect your own energy field, and have a superb life. Here's a boundary teaching in a nutshell for you. Here's what you have control over, folks. Your body and your energy field. Kids in your life under 18 whom you have guardianship or they're your children and you're paying their bills. Your pets. Your stuff. Your opinions, minds, emotions, and thoughts and attitude. And your response to everything that happens around you. That's it. Essentially, we have boundary issues when we give our responsibilities and rights away to another or try to boss someone around. I try to have a personal policy of not offering unsolicited advice. If they're not asking, they're not listening. We get way too much into people's business, gossip, and needing to know stuff. What other people do and say and think about you is none of your business. You may want to know, but it is none of your business. Your body and your energy field are yours. Kids under 18 that are yours or you have guardianship over, if they live with you and you're paying their bills. Your pets, your stuff, your opinions, your mind, your emotions, your thoughts, and your attitudes, and your response to everything that happens around you. You own that. No one does anything to you. No one makes you angry. You are responding in anger. Okay? That's boundaries in a nutshell, but it's a whole year of study. Remote sensing, viewing, and influencing. We have dispensed with the practical aspects of getting along with folks in material reality. So now let's do something more interesting. You can use your golden source energy to connect with people and influence them. If this is new to you, you may need to trust your intuition and let it develop and grow. Remote sensing and viewing are basically getting a feeling and a vision of what's going on at a location or with a person. Also, I see remote viewing as imagining your luminous body, your astral body, there at the site or with the person. Remote influencing, on the other hand, is giving a person a message or making a request. These techniques require a level of maturity and kindness. If you use them to be mean or harmful, these instructions will not work for you. You will just find yourself in an emotional mess. If you think about it, your thoughts have much power. In a true sense, they are spells. Remember, at some level, any thought you think is picked up by your person. Their higher self and subconscious mind will know. It's just better to become a kind person and curate your thoughts. A righteous and temporary annoyance at something is one thing, and pure harm is another. The military developed a formal remote viewing program, and I've trained in a little bit. I don't like it, and I don't care to do it that way. And some of those techniques are still taught today by great practitioners. This is not what I do and teach. I just go. It's actually very simple. The key is to practice and trust what you get. Exercise 16, remote sensing, viewing, and influencing. 1, get yourself into a comfortable alpha or theta state, like with the breathing we talked about, the 3-2-1 method we talked about. Do the golden ball exercise number 2, over your head and into your body. 3, do your shielding by extending the golden energy out 6 feet from your solar plexus. Place a mirror on the outside and conceal yourself if you wish. Take some of that golden energy and swirl it around your brain. Have it energize your third eye area and shoot a cord of light from there wherever you wish. You can go to a place, go see a person, go check on your kids. I would use this with care. If it's the island of Crete you're interested in, go there and walk around. You may not be 100% accurate at first, but you'll begin to trust yourself and see more and more with practice. I sometimes do this with a partner so we can check each other's accuracy, as in, do we see the same things? I have a girlfriend, her name's Amanda, and we'll go to the same places and we'll check on each other. Just imagine yourself there if you intend to view it. And again, you might be 20% accurate at first, but if you keep going, you'll say walk through the island of Crete down a main street. Then you can go look at photographs and see where you're accurate or not, right? 5, if it's a person you're checking on, I suggest you keep the cord at the edge of their field, right? It's too invasive otherwise. If protected, you won't be able to get in anyway. You can touch the edge of their field and see how they're doing. Remember, if you believe in karma, there will be karma, so be careful. I would not use this to accuse your friend of anything later. I have used it to see if a guy's cheating on me, but instead of accusing him in material reality, this exercise just helped me to leave him. And this was not my only data point. So, I mean, don't use this for harm and to go, I saw you. It's just, anyway, I could go on and on. Number 6, you can send your person a message using this technique. You can tell them you like them or ask them to call you, message you, stop by, give you an interview, or offer you a job. I suggest you use a kind, neutral, or encouraging voice. Do not yell, demand, or accuse, and don't come at them later, right? This is gentle, neutral energy work. Be nice, since being negative does not work well for your desires. That is, in fact, what they will pick up on, and they will avoid you. Remember karma, and remember blowback. Remote influencing does not always work and sometimes takes time. You can do this twice a day for a week or 2. You may need to be patient. You can use this technique to have a conversation with your person if you've had a fight or are not in contact. Again, be neutral and kind. I'm so sorry about our disagreement, and I'd like to work it out. I really wish you well. What can we do about this? What do you think? I wonder if we can try ... and so on. You can imagine them speaking to you back. What would they say? I've had clients hear volumes from their person. Just trust what you get, and you'll become more accurate. When you speak to them next in 3D reality, it will go better. 8, you can sit quietly with yourself and ask for the best way to bring in money, how to improve a relationship, and so on. If you do this daily for 15 to 60 minutes, you'll see images in your head or receive potent ideas to try. You can also invoke famous people or those with skills you want and invite them into a cosmic committee, discussed later, to help you. Have conversations with them and ask for inspiration. I have a Safe on the Motorcycle committee that I invoke before I ride. These are the best riders on the planet, and they inspire me while I'm out and about. 9, this is an important one. You can send a cord from your third eye and intend to connect to Source or God or the universe, and you can imagine connecting and asking any questions you like. Ask for insight into a problem. When I do this, I sometimes imagine connecting with the cosmic central sun, which I see as the center of everything. Imagine whatever source is to you. You may not trust what you're getting for insights at first. Keep asking and you'll get better and improve your intuition and trust yourself more and more. There's an answer to any question you ask. 10. Practice. You'll get better and more accurate time. Just do it and assume you're getting something right, and you will improve. 8. Improving your health. I have spent most of my time worrying about things that have never happened. Mark Twain. Doing the golden ball exercise is healthy for your body. The energy you invoke is source light, and it is healthy. As you bring in the light to your body, imagine it pushing out all ill health and any sickness or bodily pain. As previously stated, imagine the light pushing out any intrusive fields in your space. And remember, this and any other visualization for any purpose does not just change you immediately or seemingly magically. It may take some time. Healing may also come in the form of insights into things to try for better health, like biohacking and nutraceuticals, or going to see that one doctor over there. It may be a person you meet who can help. It may be a website, a video on social media, or a song. Practicing the processes in this book will change your life, so be on the lookout. And by the way, it's all magic, which is natural and normal. You can use many of the techniques already offered in these pages. In this chapter, we will speak more about specific health concepts and issues. Much of this chapter is plainly obvious. It may be challenging for some to implement healthful changes. I do find that quantum magnetism and the use of affirmations can help you have the drive and desire to make any desired changes. I'm telling you, folks, much or all of our chronic ill health is psychosomatic. There are myriad resources and studies strongly suggesting this. A powerful resource to review is The Body Keeps the Score by Bessel van der Kolk. And 80% of our illnesses are chronic. This means our mindset affects our health. I would also argue that it's possible that even our accidents are also created by our subconscious fields. I say this because on more than one occasion, I've worked with clients who arrange accidents for themselves on anniversaries of, say, the death of a child or a spouse. It's worth considering that we may cause our accidents. They may not be happenstance. That's up for your decision. Shame, guilt, anger, and depression can cause health issues. Some have said that anger can cause joint and especially lower back and hip pain. Depression can encourage cancer growth. I'm not a doctor, and this is not medical advice, but that has been my experience and my research. When my clients do their inner work and clear up these darker emotions, their issues often ease. You can certainly aim for wellness with personal work and a mental and emotional diet. Fear. Fear is crap. Fear can adversely affect our physical well-being. I think that most fear boils down to a fear of death. Fear releases cortisol and adrenaline, hormones which over time can be deleterious and cause weight gain and other comorbid challenges. A faith-based or spiritual practice can ease fear. For Christian folk, reciting Psalm 23 or Psalm 91 can help. Whatever faith you are, these are probably verses in your good book that will also ease fear. Processes in this book, as well as cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, EMDR, and similar practices can help. I've used the emotional freedom technique, EFT, or tapping with clients to good effect. Being with a buddy can help. I developed my own healing system kind of out of EMDR and neurolinguistic programming and hypnotic techniques and the Sylvan method and shamanic methods and EFT and stuff to develop my own healing system, which I think is the best and refined version of all of these. If you're able, I suggest taking one thing you're afraid of and looking at it directly without avoidance. A study of Stoic philosophy, as I mentioned, is useful. Some shamanic practices can help you lose your fear of death, and this can help immeasurably. Your soul is immortal, and realizing this can ease the fear of death. You can use affirmations like the following. I desire vital good health, youth, and energy. My cells and all my body processes work beautifully. My body is now healed from any challenges. I now express life, health, youth, and energy and grow strong and healthy. I am safe. I am whole. Everything works out to my advantage. God, source, the universe is looking out for me. This too shall pass. I always figure things out. I'm full of health and my body is amazing. My body heals perfectly and shows me what to do. I'm so happy and grateful that my body is so healthy and strong. My body grows healthier and stronger every day. Every day I get better at caring for my health. My health is always improving. I am power and health. My problems are being solved, and I am gloriously confident that everything works out for the best. I now release magnetism in my brain, that sounds goofy, but in body cells, which strengthens me and overcomes fear, worry, hate, and all other negative emotions. I supplant any negative emotions with confidence, love, and inner peace. I now change all negative situations into positive ones. Every day, in every way, I'm getting better and better. I am the center of dynamic quantum magnetism and power. My problems are even now being solved, and I'm gloriously confident that everything is going smoothly. And so forth and so forth. I find when I consider and work with affirmations like these, I'm inspired to learn more and care for my body in new and powerful ways. Recalling the times in your past when events did work out and sitting with those memories can also help. Live life fully, go for it. A gutsy, bold life prepares you for death. Change the things in your life you can change and don't worry about the rest. I had a pastor who used to call worry borrowing trouble. So why borrow trouble with something you can do nothing about? If you're afraid and worried, this may be your next bit of personal work, and there are many ways you can go about this. Ill health can also stem from painful emotions. Now, please know that all emotions have purpose and are useful, but if they linger and we do not process and move through them, they can be a detriment to our well being. Guilt, shame, and anger experienced long term can create illness. I offer an example. A client told me that her brother sexually assaulted her after he'd been out drinking. She stopped the assault before it got too far, but they never spoke about it, and he never apologized. This happened many years ago. Today, his health is terrible. He does not care for himself, he dresses poorly, and does not bathe. He was recently diagnosed with esophageal cancer and has gained 150 pounds. He is angry with everyone in his life and has hinted that he's very little will to live. His health situation may be due in part to his terrible moral misconduct and his continued denial. Your health is also supported by being kind and helping others. Living an orderly life of harmony as much as possible will also help. Doing the work that you love can be key too. Watching or doing things that make you laugh is great. Dancing or singing can do wonders. Working on these good habits over time is wonderful. Some of these concepts are obvious. These are just a reminder to consider doing what you've thought of doing, what you might work on next. And as I say these things, I'm not saying they're easy to do. I'm saying pick something and do it and go for it. Go live your life. If you're afraid of something, do something that's a little scary. If you are avoidant about looking at your finances, make yourself look at them. And again, not saying it's easy, but do it. And that's where Stoic philosophy can really help. Also, and it must be said that hard physical workouts for an hour, at least 5 or 6 days a week, and a clean diet, whatever this means to you, as you're able, are beneficial. If you're not at that level, a daily walk is beneficial as well. You may consider regularly doing some type of fasting practice. There are many kinds. Clean water is important. Avoiding processed foods is beneficial, as being out in nature, barefoot, if possible. Doing something for your physical health daily is a superb practice. You can begin to implement these practical helps day by day. If you have some physical challenges, it's likely that you didn't get there in a day. So be patient with yourself and give yourself time. Get up and do a little more each day. Growth, change, and character are what you do in private, the small things when no one's walking. So let's say someone's super heavy and fluffy and they want to exercise, but they're just, it's that activation energy of getting up and exercise and getting to the gym is just too much. Well, can you get up off the couch and walk 100 yards? And you make yourself a chart and you walk that 100 yards, you get a Fitbit if you want, whatever Garmin, walk that 100 yards and then make it 200, etc. But it's that, I'm telling you, for all of us, it's that hard step of starting, of getting up off the couch and doing it. Listen, I've been there. We should also work toward balance in our lives. We need to sleep around 6 to 8 hours, play, rest, and have a balanced work life. One of my teachers said we should sleep 1/3 of the day, rest or play 1/3 of the day, and work 1/3 of the day. I'm not sure how reasonable that is, but it's something to think about. Do things in moderation. Another teacher has said to put at least 4 or 5 hours on your goal or project. You don't need to work overly hard to attain your goals. Work well when it's time to work. I used to have a saying with my kids, like we work hard and play hard, and this is easy to say and certainly more challenging to do. I've had friends who spent some years figuring out why they didn't sleep. While they were busy with the rest of their lives, sleep was always an issue. I have suggested to them that good sleep may well be their spiritual practice. Which brings me to another life point. What is the best way to create balance right now? You may enjoy various hobbies, but your life situation may present you with something to work on now. I often use the example of an extremely unhealthy woman I knew at church back in the day. She had diabetes, she had COPD, she suffered from swollen ankles, could hardly walk, and had heart issues. She was unable to walk or exercise at all. She insisted on making casseroles for the church picnics. She attended PTO meetings in school and ran for local office. She was clearly a civic and spiritual go-getter, yet I wonder if a better goal and practice for her would have been to look at her health. or look at it concurrently with her civic practices, right? I understand that there were avoidance and other psychological issues at play, but she might have done better to consider her health. Perhaps Source was offering health as a next exploration for her. Just a thought. We often project outward to the world instead of looking right at home at our own stuff. What is life showing you? Chapter 9, Your Cosmic Committee. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Marcus Aurelius. I don't remember where I learned this, but I often hire and use a committee of non-physical beings. You can ask a committee of angels or higher beings if you're into that, or form a group and give them jobs. This is for real. Napoleon Hill might call this a cosmic mastermind group. You can create a set of beings if you don't believe there are any. These will be thought forms you send out to do things for you. You can use angels, saints. You can invoke the skills of people, living or dead. You can create a group for a romance committee or a job committee. Give them various jobs and be sure to carry out any inspired actions you feel you should as a result. I know a man who told me once he was so shy, he said, he was actually my Greek professor. He said, God, if you want me to get married, you're going to have her knock on my front door. Well, he married the Avon lady, for reals. It can happen that this committee or God or your personal quantum, magnetism can work to bring someone to your front door. But usually your intentions require some logical or inspired action. Maybe you don't have to do too much, but likely you will have a few things to get out and do and some things to work on. I have found that I get jobs more often when people call me out of the blue than when I used to vigorously job hunt and send out 200 resumes. In other aspects of my life, I must hit the pavement a lot. Crazy. What this does is get the troubles out of your hands. You speak what you want in faith and trust and hand it back to God or to your committee. Again, you can create beings out of thin air if you don't have anyone you want out there that you can think of, living or dead, or an angel or somebody or something, an ancestor, guide, guardian, ancestor, angel, whatever. Then you could stop worrying about it and know it's happening. My teacher, Alberto Villoldo, instructed us to take whatever was troubling us or whatever we wanted and make an energy ball with our hands and our intentions in front of our third chakra, the yellow solar plexus chakra. And then we were to place our concern, desire, worry into the energy ball and toss it up to Great Spirit. And we were to say out loud, whoosh, and then toss it up and away and let Source take care of it. If you try one of these techniques, just toss it up or speak to your committee, then forget about it and trust it will happen for you, or you'll get inspired action to help it happen for you. Exercise 17, form your committee. 1. If you have beings you work with, then enjoy them and continue with that. Speak to them however you usually do and tell them you're starting to get a job. You're starting a get a job committee or start a business committee or whatever you're working on. 2, you can get a notebook and assign specific tasks to specific beings. You can tell all of them what you want and go and do it like I do. I also ask they instruct me on any inspired action I can take. You can hold meetings if this resonates with you. You can take your golden energy, send a cord up to any of your beings and ask them how they're doing. Or simply straight up ask them how the process is going. This is not prescriptive. Have fun with it. You're in charge. You can have as many committee members working on various things as you like. Some people get into shamanic practice or magic to work with these beings, potentially more powerfully. Do as you like. Frankly, I'll just say, hey, Source, help me figure it out. Help me love better, right? 10, cosmic rhythms and law of time. The future is a concept. It doesn't exist. Time is always now. There is only the present, only an eternal now. Alan Watts. Cosmic rhythms. There are certain cosmic rhythms in life, and it helps to coast along with these as we steer and direct our desires. Full freedom means we do what we want when we want. It is also sweet to use our skills, wealth, and desires to help others and make the planet a finer place to live. There's a way to reach higher into the planetary and galactic realms to bring what we want into our lives sooner rather than later while still coasting along the galactic tides. The interstellar clock will continue to click along, but your desires can flow along with it and deliver your desires to you. For this exercise, I recommend that you plan for the next year, or for the next 5 years. Make a list of all that you want in life during these time frames. Would you like to get married, start a family? Do you want an Aston Martin in the garage? Your own business franchises, to live somewhere else, to retire and go fishing? Exercise 18, playing with cosmic rhythms. Get yourself into a calm alpha brain state however you want to do it. 2, create or have your list of desires. Set a time for when you want to achieve or manifest these desires. 3, Rise above mentally your desires for a moment and spread yourself and your field out into space, the cosmos, right to the very cosmic central sun. Go see and be with what you sense as source, or all that is. Be as large as the universe. Be there a moment and enjoy that joy or expansiveness. Be as high vibrating as you can. I do this with the solar system a lot. For funsies, I will make myself as large as the solar system. And I go up to the earth and I just take it and love on it and pull it into my heart and heal it. The people on it are the little fleas on the earth, that's us. And I just pull it into my heart and say, it's all okay. We all have PTSD. Be healed. So it's fun to do. 4, visualize your own personal golden sun, your field around you. See the sun radiating down on the earth and visualize yourself as that sun, radiating on the earth as well. You are a divine center of cosmic or dynamic power. You are projecting your own cosmic brilliance out into the universe. You can use the symbol of the sun for this as well. Every time you see the sun, know it's you and you're setting cosmic timing in place. 5, repeat these statements while you're in this really high state. I am now in tune with cosmic intelligence that created the universe. I control the creative power of my mind and now project to the cosmic mind in the direction I wish to carry out on my behalf. Gosh, Liz, read. So basically you're gonna see and say your list and share it with the cosmos. I now set a cosmic time clock for the events and things I desire. I desire creative mental gifts that will increase all my talents. I wish to project in my body and my field power, magnetism, and strength, which will cause others to be attracted to me and support me. Or you can say whatever you want along these lines, right? 6, after you say the above, you can program the higher mind with the events, money, conditions, people, objects, and experiences you wish to have in your life. Do not worry about asking for too many different things. You can have a daily list and a list for a month, 6 months, a year, 5 years, or longer. These will mature into your life according to the cosmic timing and joy. So basically, we're all manifesting our whole lives all the time anyway, so you don't need to stick to one little goal. You've manifested your body, health, desire, your drive, your job, your home, your people already. You may as well change it, and you could do it all at once. Another aspect of rhythm is a sense of poise and calm. If you fidget and play with your face or keys or jiggle your legs, this dissipates energy in your field. You spend your energy and have little left for powerful, constructive, personal work. You can practice sitting still with a timer for a few minutes to begin. Don't play with things on the table or your phone. Don't move your legs. Do not fidget for 5 minutes or more until you can work up to 30 minutes. This is a useful skill and one that is not taught much anymore. If you're in a meeting live or online and you fuss about, others find this distracting and you lose energy. Practice looking at the speaker right between their eyes for lengths of time. As I said, you can look away now and then so you don't seem too intense and creepy, but a steady, consistent gaze between the eyebrows is best. People will see you differently. Guys, I really needed work in this area. I'm so fidgety. So yeah, important. When you do speak, avoid depressing and critical comments. Speak with an encouraging tone. As I said, every word out of your mouth is a blessing or a curse. You may as well speak blessings. I have friends who enjoy being snarky and love to tease since it's fun for them. I've known these folks for a while, and I just have a sense they do even better in life if they spoke kindly to others. Exercise 19. Time is not law. Another way to play with rhythm and timing. Number 1, write time is not law on a piece of paper. Also write down everything you want in this eternal now. A certain amount of money, a better home, a new car, build a business, a partner, children, what have you. 2, know that once you write these desires, they're on their way to you. 3, get into a meditative state in any way you like. 4, see yourself as large as the cosmos and part of it. You are part of this huge cosmic web of life. This universe knows and has all you need. There is plenty for all. Scarcity is a false belief. 5, ask for guidance and intend to speed up your mind and soul to the level of the vast cosmos. Imagine forces of light, energy, and vibration coming from the great universe towards you with all that you need and want. 6, be sure to improve 1% every day in knowledge and action to get what you want. 7, repeat these phrases if they resonate. I now accelerate the rate of vibration in my brain cells. I create the cosmic whirlpool of dynamic creative action. I desire power to carry out my pattern of creative work. I wish to become an artist, author, inventor, businesswoman, man, whatever you wish to be. And I now stir the psychic centers of my higher mind into action. C, I ask for inspiration. inspiration to carry out my master plan for the future. This exercise differs from the prior one since this is more of a high vibrating call to the universe as opposed to expanding and becoming the universe. 11, a really big goal. You're going to be here anyway. You may as well be great. Arash Vasugi. He's my most recent coach. Martha Beck, my former teacher, taught us to dream big, and she referred to this as Eagle View. If there were no limitations, what would you dream of doing? If money, education, or life situation did not matter, which in fact they do not, what would you do? I find in my coaching with clients that if they aim at 100% of whatever they dream about, they reach between 89 and 99.99% of their goal, or they change it for something better. Those are decent odds. If you aim for like 67%, you may get 65%. Why not aim as high as you can? I remember sitting with a friend on New Year's Eve in 2011. She was teary and miserable, and I asked her what she wanted in life. She goes, I want to learn German in Germany. So why not do it? I can't. My boss won't let me take that much vacation. And I said, do you know that? Have you asked? What else could you do? Well, maybe I could ask him for my vacation and offer to take unpaid leave for the rest of the 6 weeks. I said, sounds great. Go do it and let me know how it works out. She came back and said she offered to quit her job since taking German was that important to her. Her boss let her go to Germany and return to work afterward. She now works at a place that uses her German and she's thrilled. By the way, with this newfound gutsiness and freedom she exhibited, it also opened her up energetically for the other things she wanted, to find love. She was more magnetic and had more personal power, and as she prepared to leave for Germany, she met and began dating a wonderful man. They're married now, and I got to perform their marriage ceremony. We've addressed setting goals already, but here we want to focus on a big, seemingly impossible goal. What do you truly want without limits? If you did not need money, what would you do for free? A huge goal is something you have no idea how you'll achieve it. Your logical mind may think it's crazy and will have no idea how to get it. This is the point. The how is none of your business. Your subconscious and superconscious minds know how to get it for you. Neville Goddard and many others would say that once you think about what you want, creation is finished. This means what you desire is in your energy or biofield already. You need to become that person who can receive it. You need to vibrate at the level of the reception of your goal. You know you have a great goal when your logical conscious mind wants to reject it because it does not seem reasonable. True. Exercise 20. Dream big. What do you love? Number 1. What are you curious about? Look into these. If you love something, there's money in it for you. It can be a challenge to parse out just how, but you can. Some people feel better having a new goal as a side hustle and not quitting their job at first. Others jump in fully right away. Do you love saving homeless cats and woodworking, for example? Maybe you could craft and sell catios or catteries. I love healing, coaching, counseling, and divination and writing, so here I am. 2, if you're really stuck, maybe just stay there and continue to dream and plan. Look at images you like, vacations, beaches, homes, vehicles, animals, people. Ask Source what it has for you. Why are you here? Search the internet. Make a commitment to meditate daily until you have some inspiration. Ask your friends what they see you doing. They may have some insight. Collect images for a vision board and write down ideas. I know this is all obvious stuff, folks, but maybe you're not doing it. Maybe you could. 3, meditate for 30 minutes daily, asking what your right life work is. Keep at it until you have something. 4, think back to when you were 5. How did you play? Lastly, 5, you can just choose something and try some baby turtle steps in that direction. I recall speaking to a military spouse one time who wasn't sure if she wanted to be a psychologist. She was frustrated since she didn't know whether to apply for the PhD program or not. She felt she had to swallow the whole pill or not do a thing. I simply suggested she break it down into exploratory steps that were less scary and carried less investment of time and money. I suggested she just attend a psych class or interview a professor, interview a practitioner, read the psych certification websites to discover the requirements. What does certification look like? What are the standards of care she would have to follow? You can try the same approach with your interests. If you change your mind, think of all the knowledge you'll have. 6, when you have a goal, condense it down to a pithy, concise statement. Say it to yourself in the mirror for 5 minutes each day and write it out 10 times every day. Chapter 11 has some other ideas as well. You may not be content until you enjoy your work. I'm saying, like, if you continue to just do the grind and be miserable, which most of us do, you will not be content. And sometimes our life just comes crashing to a halt if we never pay attention to this. Exercise 21, self-confidence. Stand in front of the mirror or in your meditation space and say things like, I'm powerful, I'm strong, I'm amazing, I'm confident and brilliant, I am a success, I'm the best, I'm loved, I came to do a great work. If you're in front of the mirror right now, do you feel better than you did on the first day? 12, what to do when you're freaking out. So it's bad right now. The breakup, the divorce, the end of a friendship, the failure, the job loss, the diagnosis, the grief, the loss, the loss, the loss. We've all been there, and I have some ideas. These tips are simple. The challenge will be to remember to do them. Here's what I suggest. A lot of this is very obvious. Number one, breathe. This comes first. It calms your nervous system. Take some deep breaths. I'll list some options. You can do the box breath I've discussed earlier. It's suggested by HeartMath. This is the one where you breathe into a count of 4, hold the breath for a count of 4, exhale to a count of 4, and hold the exhale for a count of 4. It's called the box breath because it's 4, 4, 4, 4, and you do it 4 times. Or you can just breathe in and out to a count of 3, or simply into a count of 3 and out to a count of 6. When your exhale is longer than your inhale, you calm the sympathetic nervous system, the flight, fright, or freeze part of you. 2, get out in nature for a walk if possible. Again, guys, stating the obvious, but reminding you to do it. 3, reach out to a buddy or therapist. Get the help you need. 4, this is the 1 in 5-minute technique. I made this up when I had small children and I was going crazy. When life's going really, really crazy and just life's insane, you can ask yourself, gosh, what can I do or what needs to be done in the next minute? That's all you have to worry about, the very next minute. I need to buckle this child in his car seat. He's having a tantrum. All I have to do is buckle him in his car seat. That's when I came up with it. Then you can take all the other stuff off your shoulders. There's no need to carry those burdens right now. Move to the next 5 minutes when you're ready. What needs to be done in the next 5 minutes? And you can increase the time to 30 minutes and so on if that resonates. Again, you just need to remember to do it. Sometimes you just must do something else, like binge watch a show, space out, be taken out to dinner by friends. That's because you can't even handle or process the event, right? This is like when the death happens, someone just takes you out to dinner, you have a bottle of wine, because you just can't think about anything. Watch something funny, cry it all out. This is when your subconscious is beginning to process the grief. Sometimes you just need to do something else. Come back to the situation when you can, planning the funeral, getting his stuff out of the house, job hunting, and so on. 6, do something or everything on your self-soothe list. Do it. Do many things on it. A lot. Exercise 22, create your self-soothe list. This concept is juxtaposed to the idea of self-medicating, which is doing something, even a healthy thing, to excess. I'm not talking about that. I used to have my soldiers make these self-soothe lists, and this suggests they enjoy something on the list every day. So I'll just tell you what it is. Just get comfortable and write down all the things you enjoy doing that are reasonable, decent, and healthier for you to do. Again, we're not talking about playing video games all day or drinking more than is healthy. Make a list of the good stuff and choose some things that can take 5 minutes, like making a cup of tea. That's my favorite. And things that can take 3 minutes, a few hours, or all day. Some days you can't get away fishing. So what can you do in an hour? Be flexible with the time required for your various things. So play video games for an hour. Unless you're really binging because of the grief and you need to do it all night. But the self-soothe list implies that there's just a list of 20 to 60 things that you just do all of them as often as possible, even before your life's freaked out. Get used to thinking about this list and doing these things, right? Do all the things on that list as often as possible. It's just really good to have that list. Chapter 13. Okay, y'all, I have some great affirmations. Louise Hay and others have come up with excellent, excellent affirmations. You can find them anywhere, but I thought I'd put them in this little book as well. And as I read them to you, if they resonate, let them sit with you and strengthen them until they're true for you. My life gets more fabulous every day. Louise Hay. Affirmations are great tools to change your subconscious and to get and experience what you want in life. You may have heard about them. Here are some guidelines for their use. This is the shit, guys. Bright and positive. Keep your word choices positive. Instead of saying, I'll be out of debt by Christmas, say, I'm financially free. Instead of this medical diagnosis of whatever will be healed soon, say, my body is healthy, fit, and strong. All my body functions are working perfectly. Say, I desire instead of I want. If you say you want, The world's going to say, oh, she wants to continue to want it. So let's not get it to her. She's going to want it. You say, I now have. Eh. You can say, in this now I have. Something like that. I would not write out or say exact medical diagnoses. You may bring it on more into reality, perhaps. I choose words like challenge or project instead of problem. There can be exceptions to using only bright and positive words. Many authors and students have successfully used seemingly negative words to great effect, and these cause no harm. Here you can use your own discernment. The idea is if you complain or say very loudly with emotion that something good's never going to happen, the subconscious mind does not hear the word never. So I'll never find love. Like I'll never find love. I'll never find it. The word never is removed by your subconscious, and then you'll find love. Neville Goddard used to teach the ladder technique, where he would say, put on, they didn't have post-it notes, but he'd say, put on little pieces of paper all over your house and say to yourself, I'll never climb a ladder. I'll never be on a ladder. I'll never climb a ladder. Within 2 weeks, everyone's climbing the ladder. He used it to prove to them that the negative words don't tend to make it to the subconscious. Okay. So if you especially use it paired with something positive, using a negative word can be useful. Now, I'm not trying to confuse you. It's just that you don't have to follow the old statement that all your words have to be bright and positive all the time. They don't, but there's some subtlety to it, right? Ways to use affirmations. Affirmations are fun. You can write them down. Don't type them. It's more magical when you write them. This is spell work, and using your body and handwriting is more effective. You can type out a list for reference, but I'd write them down by hand daily. You can write them out once or 7 or 10 times daily. Some enjoy 55 times over a 5-day plan. Others like the Tesla 3, 6, 9 pattern. To do this, you plan out your mindset work in this pattern. For example, you can say them 6 times in a mirror, write them out 9 times, and repeat this process 3 times a day. You can play with that. Also, if you happen to do block printing when you do your writing, I recommend that you start cursive writing. Again, another whole project for you, but block print is not as, I don't know, spiritual or source directed. It's more emotionally distant. I would do cursive or handwriting, cursive. A lot of kids aren't learning it in school anymore. Too bad. You can speak them out loud in front of a mirror or while you're sitting with coffee or meditating. You could record them and listen to them, especially in the morning and evening when you're groggy. You can write them and place them under a candle or water. You can make mala beads or any type of beads and recite them 108 or 1008 times daily. You want to be safe, of course, with the candles. Don't be desperate. Wanting or desperate words tell your subconscious that you really want the thing, not that you have it, and it will create circumstances in which you're still wanting it. I have to have her. I'll die. I want her so bad. Nope. You might say, Lucy and I have the most beautiful romantic relationship. We love each other deeply. We harmonize wonderfully together. Or the thing between Lucy and me is getting better and better every day, right? That wanting and that desperation kind of pushes your desires away. Time lag. There can be a time lag in getting what you want, and thank goodness for this. Otherwise, we'd all be in the hospital because of the anger, justified or not, of other drivers on the road. Neville Goddard says that anything you'd like to have immediately goes into your energy field and waits for you, meaning that creation is finished. It waits until you're ready to receive it. In other words, when you vibrate at having it. Some things take time, others are immediate. You must also watch how hard you think a thing will be to manifest. This means it might take longer. Imagine everything as easy as getting a free cup of coffee. The date is not important. While it's good to give the subconscious a date by which you want a manifestation, it is not important. Do not worry about the date, but have one. You don't have to have one for every affirmation, of course, but you may want to set a date for a very big goal. Be present. Write your affirmations in the present. Say, I am in a great romantic relationship, and say, someday I want to be in a great romantic relationship. You'll be waiting a while. I like to leave room for something better. We may not know what's best for us, and perhaps the universe has something way better. Have you ever looked back at a guy or gal you used to want? Aren't you relieved you didn't get together, or that it's over now? Others consider the job that didn't come through. So I often add all this or something better. I use this statement after my own affirmation work to be sure I'm covered. This way I receive every good thing. Let me talk about this other thing for a while. Like a lot of people out there, if you're on social media, YouTube, they talk about getting an SP. SP stands for a specific person. There's a lot of work that you can have anyone you want, and you could grab the person you want in life and have them. I have a couple of videos on my YouTube about this, but that's not my highest recommendation. I I wouldn't do it. I would just ask for the right person for you in this now, because there's things like you may want the person to be 6'5", or you may want her to be 36, 26, 36. But maybe there's a better person for you that may not, is not going to pass that deal breaker you might have. Look for the finest person who's kind and good or whatever, just the best person that source that the universe has for you at the time. I think when we reach out for an SP, we can get too desperate and wanting. And if we're not neutral and using it as like a fun game to do, it ends up hurting us and pushing it off. Like, I really want him, her. So I would just ask the universe for the next right person for you in this now. But that's Liz's opinion. I think that's better and healthier because sometimes, what we want isn't really for our best. Anyway, I'll shut up. Using keywords. Another way to use affirmations is to use 2 keywords. You can simply recite wealth, success to yourself over and over when you think of it. You can fall asleep saying wealth, success, or love, joy. Wealth, success, love, joy, love, joy. That's another fun thing you can just do. Ask affirmations. These are also fun. You ask yourself a question as an affirmation, and this gets your subconscious plotting how to get your goal. How is it that I'm a millionaire? Why am I so handsome? Why does he love me so much? How do I win every fitness contest? How am I so amazing and wonderful? Your subconscious says, yeah, how is she a millionaire? We better figure that out. Oh, here's how. And you get an idea for some inspired action. And there are also the I am statements. These are important. I ask my clients to write out 20 I am statements every day. They can be the same or different each day. I am amazing and wonderful. I'm calm, serene, and poised. I'm happy, healthy, and wealthy. I'm healthy, strong, and fit. I am the luckiest person. I am bold, confident, adventurous, and courageous. I'm fun. I'm funny. I'm psychic and intuitive. I'm getting better every day. I'm kind and loving. I'm a great writer, speaker, fisherman, vocalist, etc. I'm brilliant. I am beautiful. I'm wealthy beyond measure. I'm always safe and protected. I am financially free. I prosper in all ways. I am one with the infinite riches of my subconscious mind. I'm the best partner, mother, brother, coach, teacher, etc. I am at my perfect weight. There's Anthony Norvell has a keyword program method. Anthony Norvell's books are hard to find and expensive. He was a metaphysician to the rich and famous. He worked with Lucille Ball. I really like his work. He's not afraid to help people be rich and famous. He's not like overly spiritual, like spiritual people shouldn't have tons of money and be famous and have a yacht, etc., which is bullshit. So he, in his book, Norvell's Universal Secrets of Telecosmic Power, old-timey 1970s words, he has a whole process and he uses different statements like the I am statements, but he uses words like I unite, I receive. So for example, I unite, I now unite with universal mind for all riches and abundance. On the first day, you might use the word unite and read the whole thing 7 times. During the day, when you think about it, you recite I unite, since the whole line is now programmed into your subconscious mind. So essentially, you use the 2 keywords as a program trigger for the whole sentence. So I unite, and you unite with the cosmic mind, you unite with your partner, you unite with your family, you unite with your best business franchises. And all you need to say is unite. It kind of is a key code to that. It's all programmed into your subconscious mind. So I would use positive words. What do I have here? I have like, I unite, I create, I receive, I progress, I advance, I earn, I desire, I release, I achieve, I create, I declare, I conquer, I adjust, I transmute, I dissolve, I love, I increase, I win, I agree, I enjoy, I harmonize, I change, I multiply, I replenish, I subdue, I dominate, I project, I program, I overcome, I banish, I elevate, I recall, I evolve, I console, I remove, I attract, I refine, I illumine, I move, I control, I grow, I accumulate, I magnetize, I discover. You can use these and you come up with statements and say each one of them 7 times, right? Being grateful. Another type of affirmation is a grateful statement. I tell my clients to write out 5 things they're happy for and grateful for in every morning. And you could change these daily if you like. I started with, I'm extremely happy and grateful that, and then I have them write out another 5 grateful statements, but this time for things they want to manifest, and they write them in the present tense, right? Now I'm just going to read you some great affirmations. You can find thousands of these all over. Enjoy these, modify them for your own use. You can read this list daily and feel the change in your life. And I'm just going to read them to you, so just enjoy. By day and by night, I prosper in all my interests. Sales of my services are improving every day. I prosper in all ways. I'm advancing, progressing, and getting wealthier every day. I like money. I love it. Everything I touch turns to gold. I am successful in all I do. I use money wisely, conscientiously, and judiciously. Money is constantly circulating in my life. I release money with joy, and it returns to me multiplied in a wonderful way. Money is good and very good. Money flows to me in avalanches of abundance. I am a money magnet. Money loves me. I use money for good, and I'm grateful for my good and the riches of my mind. Infinite intelligence governs and watches over all my financial transactions. I manage my money beautifully. Whatever I do prospers. I'm one with the infinite riches of my subconscious mind. It is my right to be rich, happy, and successful. Money flows to me freely, endlessly, and joyfully. Large sums of money flow to me in increasing amounts through multiple sources on a continual basis. I am forever conscious of my true worth. I give of my talents freely, and I'm wonderfully blessed financially. I am financially free. It's wonderful. I'm so thankful for the whatever amount I made this year, the impact I'm having, and the freedom I'm living. I desire the perfect home with wonderful furnishings. I am the luckiest woman or man. Reality is rigged in my favor. Everything always works out for me. Everything is always for me. I improve by quantum leaps every day. Wonderful things are always happening in my life. I always have the best day ever. Miracles and happinesses are always happening every day. I live and flow in a continual state of ecstasy and bliss. I am always safe and protected. I always receive money in many ways. I have money without needing to work for it or earn it. Money just comes to me. It's so easy and fun to receive money. Money sticks to me. I'm highly favored by money. Money is always looking out for me, seeking me out, finding me, and coming to me. I easily and joyously receive money. I watch money flow into my bank accounts every single day, all the time. Every day I receive deposits into my bank accounts. I receive all different amounts of money, usually very large amounts. I'm worthy of the riches that flow to me in an unending and unlimited supply. I increase my money supply from my present limitations to an unlimited flow that comes to me from many channels. I believe I'm worthy of the best of everything, and I now increase my expectations to include the best the world has to offer. I increase my money awareness from small sums to large sums. I project the mental images of money to the infinite intelligence that created all things and ask that my life be blessed with riches and comfort. I claim riches and abundance as my natural heritage, for I know God created the universe and all therein for me to use and enjoy. I receive from the universe the sum of whatever to pay my bills now. I receive more money in my work or from unexpected sources in increasing amounts for my financial freedom. I am eager to progress in my work, to win a promotion, and to enjoy more pay. I do work in which I am independent, earning more than $10 million each year for work that is pleasant for me, whatever you want. My flow of money now obeys the impulses of my subconscious mind and begins to come to me from unexpected as well as expected sources. There is enormous wealth in the universe, and I now claim my share of money, goods, houses, land, and possessions of every kind. Money or its equivalent now flows into my pockets and bank accounts. I am blessed with abundant riches to meet my every need and desire. I have good luck in contests for money. I always win. I am in a winning cycle. Every day, in every way, I'm getting better, better, and better. I'm happy, healthy, and wealthy. I am fit, healthy, and strong. My body gets more fit every day. All my body functions are working beautifully. I do great fitness, whatever it is. I'm a fabulous runner, whatever it is for you. I do excellent CrossFit. I win at everything I do. I'm growing younger and younger daily. I increase my gifts and talents through study and development of all my potential. I know I was born to success, and I now increase my powers of concentration and projection so I can impress everyone who can help me achieve my goals. I see myself as the center of a world that is richly endowed with every type of treasure and every fun thing. I see myself having the money to travel in luxury all over the world. I see myself meeting important and interesting people who enjoy my company and enrich my life. I see myself living an amazing life with my romantic partner or spouse, We love each other deeply, live in a beautiful home together, and travel the world. I claim all the things I desire here and now. I'm living a life that is better than my dreams. My conscious mind now unites perfectly with the subconscious and superconscious minds that perform miracles for me. I unite my mind with the intelligent infinity that rules the universe. I now ask for immediate guidance. I have the right work, the right income, the perfect love, marriage, family, what have you, and larger sums of money for financial freedom and security. I now have all my problems, challenges solved, and I now create my perfect life. Unity prevails in my life, and there's no confusion. I have harmony in my home, my work, and my surroundings. I ask that my interests be advanced. I ask that I move to the highest income level and the highest of recognition and fame. I wish to move into a new area of work that earns more than whatever amount each year. This work involves fun, travel, and offers me fame and recognition in my field of choice. I desire peace of mind and soul. I now attract my right work, which I enjoy, and I'm a huge success in my work. I'm now enjoying the awareness that I'm working toward my life's higher goals. I'm no longer content with an ordinary life. I now achieve the greatest, create the most beautiful, and aspire to the attainment of my highest goals. I'm now inspired by lofty ideals that have motivated geniuses of the past. I duplicate their deeds. I emulate their patterns of thought. I now have fame and success. I have recognition, money, and other rewards from life. I am popular and I have the respect of my friends and family. I now own my own business. I do something creative and outstanding. I live in a beautiful home that is comfortably furnished. I instruct my higher mind to program a career for me in which I am famous at whatever. I now create and project to my conscious mind the desire to create high and inspiring ideas to project through my voice, my personality, and my thoughts. I now charm and enchant people through my magnetism. I now sway public opinion through my thoughts and ideals. I desire to entertain, instruct, inspire, uplift, heal, and encourage millions of people through my own creative work. I project rhythm, motion, and grace in my body, my voice, and my presence in patterns of light and beauty, bringing relaxation, enjoyment, healing, and inspiration to audiences all over the world. I choose social media, news programs, and the public stage, TV, and movies to project my talents for public acclaim. I emulate the highest standards in my field, and I perfect myself so I'm worthy of the rich rewards commensurate with my talents and efforts. I now express my creative talents in business and industry and achieve the highest goal possible. I have received brilliant $1 million ideas in this field, in my field. I act on these wonderful ideas, which are converted to money, fame, glory, and success. My subconscious mind now releases to me golden streams of fantastic ideas, inventions, business methods, secret formulas, skills, and other elements. So I reach the highest pinnacle of success. I have peace in my mind and in my environment. I manage to avoid the misfortunes and challenges of the outer world. I withdraw within my citadel spirit and strength and conquer my mind, my tongue, and my temper. All obstacles and obstructions are now instantly removed, and I am the center of peace and calm. No outer force has the power to disturb my serenity, peace, calm, and poise. I remove friction. I remove opposition. I remove discord and anger and dwell in inner stillness. All my challenges are instantly dissolved in light and justice. All persons, conditions, situations, and objects in my world are subject to a law that is higher than the material and the physical. I invoke that law in this moment. I conquer my temper and my tongue. I conquer time and space. I remove all obstructions and impediments and see only a perfect flow of the stream of consciousness, removing every negative force from my mind, body, soul, and environment. I now adjust to that which I cannot change. I'm now in harmony with all people, and I direct love, understanding, and forgiveness to them. I adjust to change. I adjust to discord by holding thoughts of harmony within myself. I now transmute all negative forces to energies for my highest and best good. I now dissolve all challenges that affect my life. They are here and now dissolved in the light of truth. I know the means are at hand to overcome all negative challenges in my work and relationships, etc. My partner and I are united in bonds of love, and no external force can intrude in our lives. All my challenges are now dissolving. My partner, person, child, etc., and I are bound together in mutual trust, love, and respect. My mind is now released from all sense of possessiveness. Love must be freely given and freely taken. I cannot hold what is not mine. I now release my partner, having full trust that they want to share every wonderful experience with me fully. I recognize the need to give credit where it is deserved, and I easily praise others. I release the need to criticize others. I only offer advice if I'm asked to give it. My partner and I are united in bonds of love, and our union is blessed by God. Together, we overcome all challenges. I know that love requires mutual respect, tolerance, and a sense of freedom. I agree with all that is good, honorable, and honest. I now program harmony and unity in my environment. I radiate an aura of confidence, poise, peace, and power. I am agreeable, pleasant, and friendly, and others react in a like manner. I dare to be different. The great things others have done, I can do too. I dare to meet the daily challenges of life knowing that I can overcome them. I dare to develop my hidden potential for greatness. I dare to overcome the discouraging remarks of my family and friends. I dare to dream and think big, knowing that nothing is impossible for me to achieve. I now have $1 million destiny. I believe in myself and my destiny. I believe I'm worthy of a great destiny. Destiny, destiny. I now build my new self image of charm, magnetism, and radiance. I'm now successful in my work. I desire the best that life has to offer. I have a fortune, so I may have all the things I desire. Everyone I meet responds to me with friendliness and helps me achieve my goals. I can be anything in life I choose to be. I overcome all my negative emotions and I radiate cheerful, optimistic, and hopeful quality that attracts others. Everyone, thank you very much. I will talk to you soon.